Hey there, fellow travelers. Mark and
Jocelyn.
with Walter's World, and today is the day it came. So, yes, a million subscribers. I can't say thank you enough, fellow travelers. It's been 14 years in the making. We will get to this. Don't worry. Don't worry. We will be opening this. It still has all the good seals on there. I won't lie to you, when it showed up just laying next to my door, the front door of our house, I was like, oh, it's here. Oh, I tried to be really cool. I like went through the garage, came around the front door and got it. And I'm like, ha! So yes, we will be opening today. Don't you worry about that. But a lot of things I want to talk about today, just like a lot of appreciation for all that you all have done for us over the years, and your support, for your fantastic comments, your subscriptions, your super chats, your Patreon memberships, your memberships on YouTube, your ideas, your suggestions, your support, letting us be a part of your travels as well. I can't say thank you enough. Like getting those messages from people saying, thank you for helping us out. Like, no, we're just a little part of your vacations, your trips. It's a wonderful thing. So I just want to say thank you. And we will open this up in a little bit. We can't just go right away. We got to, talk about some
Build
of our
up
fun.
the anticipation.
Build up the anticipation.
I want to
baby.
say hi to like a million people on here. Let's see. There's
Start at the top.
Okay.
Peter Ramirez and Fierce Bone, thank you very much. Real Time Dive, thank you. Christina DeCali, thank you.
I also want to say, like, there's a huge number of our patrons on here, and these are people who've been with us for years and years, and have supported us in a million different ways. But they have, yes, they have made such an impact on one another's lives. They've kind of built this little community of their own, and have invited us to be part of it. And we go and see them, and sometimes they see us, but they get together and they travel together. And I just think that that's the coolest thing. And so those of you who are members and patrons, and you know who you are,
we say cheers to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Like 1,000 times.
So I have a nice golden beer to celebrate the gold play button. And Jocelyn has...
I have a Gold Rush, which is bourbon, lemon, and a little honey syrup. And it's quite tasty. So thank you, Henry. Gosh, I haven't seen Henry in a minute. And Lori and Donna, thank you. Poetry for the Heart by Queen Bee. I like your name.
Hey, Katie Smith, good to see you.
And Mark Finley.
Mark.
Mark has been a great, what do we call that now?
Friend.
Yes, but yes, Mark's been a great friend. But he does the thing where moderator. Jeez, we haven't done a live in a long time, apparently.
Well, you haven't.
Well, I haven't. And Thomas, who is
Thomas, who I don't know if he ever actually goes home.
He doesn't live too far from us.
I know, but he drives all over the place. He's in Outer Banks in North Carolina right now. Ronnie Dove in the house. Ronnie Dove kicking butt, taking names, looking good, buddy.
Hey, Yowzers, thank you.
Oh, yes, Sue, good to see you.
And
Brian Smith, always tell Franklin we said, hey, what's up, buddy?
Yes.
After T-Ball Price listening on the app. Hey, tell Franklin thanks. I mean, Franklin's been with us since before he was born. He's 4 now. Is Franklin 4 now?
I think he's 4.
Stuart Ross, our favorite late night guest from the UK.
Yeah, he's always up late.
Apparently never sleeps.
Nick P, hi, thank you.
Oh, the Wandering Bard. I haven't seen you for a while. Good to see you. Oh, just joking around. Bubba.
Hey, Bubba.
I believe at one time Bubba Spartan.
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming it's Bubba Spartan. Yeah. Maybe
Nick P's in the house. Another long-time helper and friend. Mary Ellen, good to see you there as well. It's funny, like, looking how people change their avatars, their pictures after a while. You're like, oh, hey. Like some people have like a cartoon forever and their face pops. I'm like, oh my goodness, they're there. Hey, Sharon Walters, thank you very much. Ksenia, always a pleasure. Yes, Brian Smith, the suspense is killing me. Tammy, thank you. Yes, we're saying thank you to a lot of people because we want to say thank you to all of you because you all have really helped us to be what we are. KH says, thanks for the tips about Paris. First trip this past summer. Glad I can help out. I'm actually going to be going back to film some more Paris videos because the Olympics are coming. So I'm actually going to be there to update some stuff, put out new Paris videos. Like all our old Paris videos are still going to help you out, but I'm going to film a few that are specifically for the Olympics. So I'm going to be filming those before the Olympics come. So they'll be coming out like right before the Olympics. So you have that. So all kinds of fun stuff. Okay, like I'm not a ventriloquist, so if I drink, I
I
can't
couldn't
talk.
see this thing and I couldn't reach around you, so I was just waiting for you to be done.
Yes.
Miles, thank you. Miles Power says, congrats. You both deserve it. You've been a fountain of knowledge and you've helped me begin my dream of traveling the world. And
That's
that's
awesome.
what we're here for, man.
I mean, that's one
what
thing-
we want for you.
So lately, I've been getting a lot of interviews on podcasts. I mean, I've probably done what 200 podcasts over the last.
Y'all
John-
are sitting on a pillow.
No,
because
she's
I'm
sitting
so
on two
short.
pillows. She's sitting on two.
I'm sitting
See,
on two
I'm long torsoed and she's long legged. Unfortunately, Liam got neither. So poor kid. But he'll be here later. Caleb actually said to say hi. He was like, he's at his papoose, hanging out with him and his great uncle. And when we told Caleb we're opening the play button today, he's like, oh man. So Caleb wanted to be here. So Caleb would have been here, so you would have seen him. Those of you who haven't seen Caleb for a while, we respect his right not to. You always want to. You know,
He doesn't want to be.
no,
on
no,
this.
no, so we're not going to
Not
make
his
him.
jam. So
Brian, thank you very much, my friend. This
there's
is
Jim and Harriet.
Jim and Harriet, always good, always good. So Rick says, hey, we are new, but you've encouraged us to travel the world. Thank you so very much for your positive impact. And that's one thing, that word, positivity, positive.
Cheers
Like,
to that.
Thank you.
I will
Like
drink to that.
that is one thing that we've always tried to do. Even in the depths of the pandemic, and we are having our Whiskey Wednesdays, just trying to have some positivity
Get
out
drunk
there.
and be happy.
Get
with
drunk
all
and be
y'all.
happy. And I'm sure we'll be getting drunk and being happy tonight too. So this might go for a while. So good times.
Leo, thank you.
Yes.
Much appreciated.
Sharon from Savannah.
Oh,
Thank
well,
you,
we love
Sharon.
Savannah too.
Thank Miss 60. Leo F. Leo. I haven't seen your stuff popping up on Instagram lately, buddy.
We exchanged some
Of course, I don't
thumbs
know.
up and some things
That's one of the
other day
things
on
is
Insta.
like, so Leo F on Instagram, he's got all these really fun. Oh, where'd he go? He has all these like, how do you say? I don't know how to say it. When the time elapse photography.
Elapse.
Yeah, but like
Time lapse.
time lapses. They're pretty cool, and I used to get them all the time, but now all I get is ads on there. So it's like, oh, we got a new member.
What?
Extra Hammer.
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
Welcome to the club.
So if you look on if you look at the members only posts on here, or on our community tab, you'll see where there's links to our Facebook page for our superheroes in Walter's World. So get on there and say, yes, I am a member. And yes, here's my name.
Answer the questions.
Yes, answer the questions.
Because if you don't answer the questions, we don't know that you're a real person.
Yes, because we do get a lot, and there's a lot of the spammers and
some
stuff.
spammy things.
There's some weird spammer.
Quite a lot.
You've got quite a few fans in Romania as well. Yes.
Yeah.
So Maria, I actually had quite a few friends from Romania when I lived in Germany to my master's. A bunch of Romania and Bulgaria, and I actually went to Romania early 2000. Like we're talking maybe a year before I started Walter's World, and so I was Bucharest and where else we were? Cluj-Napoca, Brasov, Bran. We went to quite a few places. Had a good time. Like I'm excited to go back so I can see how things have been after 20 years. It's not
I'm
20
excited
years, 10
just
years.
to go.
Yes, she's excited just to go. So we have that. Sammy, thank you very much.
Huh.
Michael, traveling the world, little dude. Thanks for hanging around for so long.
Okay, Nora says, I'm not even sure what a gold button is, but I'm super excited for you guys. So we should talk about that because not
Yes.
everyone knows. When you hit 100,000 subs on YouTube, they give you a silver play button. So like, you have that
Should I
little
go get
red.
the old one?
Yeah, go grab the
You can see a vintage silver play button, the original. They're different now.
they've changed
They're,
them.
they're way cooler back in the day, but
So when you get 100,000 subs, you get a silver play button, and then when you get 1 million, you get a gold play button, and then when you get like 10 million, you get, I don't know. There's more, but I'm just happy to have a gold one. It's pretty exciting. They changed them, so the old one, Mark will bring it in, but it really looks like just this giant YouTube play button, and I don't know what the gold one looks like. I've literally not looked up what they look like, just because I want to see it. I want to see ours in person first. So I like this. The Wandering Bard says, "Proud to be a fellow traveler."
That's my
Right
boy.
on.
nice. So this is the
Vintage.
vintage,
style.
it's the old one. So it's literally a play button. It's not actually silver, but that'd be cool if it was. But there's this play button. and
Shiny.
It's in a
silver
shadow
mesh.
box, like nice, nice. You cover everything. It says, congratulations on surpassing 100,000 subscribers. So this is nice. And then it used to be the gold one was bigger and all kinds of stuff, but now it's a plaque that's all one. So
I don't know what it looks
Oh, you know what it looks like? Oh, then
So
you'll have
shut
to see. It's on the. I have a stylized version on the thumbnail. So,
I don't look at those.
so there's the. This is the
Where's the
original.
dog?
He's in my office.
Oh, he gave a little yip.
Yes, of course he did because I only gave him a little snack.
We have a little charcuterie board going on here, and the dog just stands there and drools.
Yeah, like literally, like the floor looks like somebody dumped a like mop bucket. It's disgusting. Oh, I'm like, ooh. Can you walk in it? It's one of those things. It's so much that your sock is wet all day.
Hang on. Everyone say hi to my brother-in-law.
Hello, Joe
Hey,
Cody.
Joe. And he says, "You're my hero, Mark." Well, Joe is a hero because he is in the Army, and we appreciate all of his sacrifice, and also my sister and my nieces, because we always talk about the sacrifice that our soldiers make, and their families, their spouses, their kids, they all make one too. And yay, just
Thanks,
we're proud of
buddy.
you. Thanks.
Good to see you. Let's see. Mr. H and friends, thank you very much. I mean, all kinds of good ones. Oh, yes, I like this one. That's like Mark deserves a reward for being called the wrong name more than anyone. So it's not like it's hilarious because people are like, well, and now I'm totally fine with it. It's funny, like when I was a kid, I never liked people calling me Walters. I'm like, my name's Mark, call me Mark. Even my students, I'm a professor in my day job. I tell my students, don't call me Professor Walters, just call me Mark. It's fine. I always like being called Mark. But now I'm so used to people saying
You
Walter.
don't like honey bunches?
Yes, of oats. But like I was like, hey, but it's just call me Mark, just call me Mark. So like it's funny now, but so many people call me Walter on here. Like, I followed you for years, Walter. And it's hilarious. And there was one time I was in New Orleans, my buddy Mike, who is the best man at my wedding, and Matt, who is he was the usher at our wedding. We still hang out. We were high school friends. And we're walking down, in the French Quarter, and this lady goes, "Are you Walter?" And like she like dive tackles me. And another person, like while she's talking to me, another person comes up. It's because I know the videos, and it was like really cool and everything. But for the rest, because it was a guys' weekend, so the rest of the weekend they're like, "Hey, Walter." I'm like, "Hey, man, as long as I'm helping people, they can call me whatever they want. I'm glad to help out." Now here is an old friend, Henry. So Henry, back in the day, would be on all the lives, 90 questions back and forth, but we'd always have, he was a good dude. Hola, Mark and Jalik, Slim, but as much as good night, I thought I'd just say hi. Any chance you guys having a group trip with subscribers in Europe next year? Probably not next year. However, I have filed the trademark to do those things, so that is something that might be coming up in the future. So yes, so I guess next year, I don't know, but the future, that is definitely a possibility. Oh, here's another one I haven't seen for a while. So Nathan, who honestly I think actually looked like that when he first started commenting. Good to see you, Nathan. I appreciate it, my friend. Oh, here's a nice one. Martin, stop milking YouTube with gimmicks. I love your travel advice, but I'm losing interest. Look at Bald and Bankrupt and how to do a travel vlog. We don't do vlogs.
That's not what we do.
We don't do that. He walks around and gets himself in trouble and all kinds of stuff. And I don't do that. I'm here to give you, like, you want travel advice that's actually helpful, that's going to give you stuff and not some BS. That's why you come here.
We're educational. We're not entertainment.
I'm not entertainment. We're here to help people travel.
We're definitely not entertaining people.
That's one of those things. And that's one of the things you see, like right now on Instagram and TikTok and everything. You have people that literally, for 30 seconds, they can keep your attention. The problem is a lot of people are using AI and things that are just coming up with, hey, give me the 100 best tips. The problem is the first 60 are actually decent. Next 10 are okay. Then there's really bad ones. Like I've been seeing people giving advice that will literally get you banned from airlines. Like whether it's like they're trying to screw around with their packing or hiding stuff when they're going on a plane so they don't have to pay for an extra bag. I mean, you got to realize that some of that advice people are giving are really bad. That's actually why on our Instagram and TikTok channels, we've chopped up all our old videos, not all, but a lot of our old videos, and we're putting that out just to have more content that's not garbage, and that's the thing is
just to have content that is actually educating people on how to do it well and how to do it right. And we're not trying to be ugly or anything, but we have safely praise God, we have safely navigated our way through many dozens of countries with our children in tow. Mark's lived in more than 12 countries. So, when we say like it's garbage, we don't want you to go somewhere and have a bad experience. I mean, bad experiences happen. Yeah. You can't plan for everything, but if you go there armed with knowledge, you're going to be a better traveler. You're going to be more aware of this, that, and the other. But also, we're not going to tell you to do things that are going to get you kicked off an airline or get you arrested or,
Yeah. Like the people that were, oh, hey, you get a really good picture if you sneak off the trail here. Yeah, you sneak off the trail in Yellowstone, you can die. I'm like, that's one of those things
I
that,
don't want you to do that.
because I feel bad because some of these people are doing it because they have, like, I have to do it to get the views, do these things. Our views are down. I mean, the dude that's talking about being like Bald and Bankrupt, he's not wrong. Like, we're not getting as many views as Bald and Bankrupt and these other ones. However, I know that our advice is things that I would want to know before I travel so I can be a good traveler. I can know the culture. Have a great time, keep my family safe. That's what I want. I don't need to know the best place to get the flowy dress picture. So there is
I don't
that.
wear flowy dresses.
I know.
Hey.
Extra Hammer. Again,
Thank you.
Thank you for becoming a new member. Thanks for your perfect advice for the road trip we did last month. We're from Austria and did a trip through Atlanta, Nashville, Memphis, Vicksburg, Natchez. Oh, I'm glad you got there.
We
were
love
talking about
Natchez.
that. New Orleans, Biloxi, Bernie. Oh, that is
That's
awesome.
a great trip too.
Yeah, we had a few chats about
And
that. That's
let's
all.
talk about the fact that they are from Austria and Europeans don't drive more than 2 hours at a time. It's like
I know that's
cultural thing.
respect.
That's a big deal.
That's like people in the U.S. drive to, like, I don't know, Ushuaia
Alaska.
and Argentina. So
That's really cool that you did that. I think it was brave of you too.
yes. So somebody like, open it. We will. We're going to start opening it here in a sec. We're going to keep answering questions.
Hang on.
I like Brian's comment. I guess
can
people
see
never
your
pay
picture.
attention. They hate their fellow travelers. Mark here with Walter's World. Literally, it's been the same
Every
line for like
single
10
video.
years, and it just cracks me up. So that is pretty funny. That is pretty funny. I'm going to start.
Jared said something earlier about he couldn't believe that we went to South Dakota. I'm like, why? Because it's kind of a cool place.
South Dakota, yeah.
It's actually very cool.
Western South Dakota. Eastern South Dakota is a little boring. I'm not going to lie to you, but Western South Dakota, the Black Hills, that is cool.
And I worked at Sturgis. Y'all, I sold my first motorcycle at Sturgis. Isn't that cool?
Wasn't it Indian?
No, it wasn't an Indian. We didn't sell Indians. Hang on, give me a minute. I think it was a Bourget. Pretty sure it was a Bourget.
Look at you, fancy
Jared
lady.
says, I like the Corn Palace and Wall Drug coverage from your South Dakota video.
We're getting there.
I
I'm gonna try not
love
to
the
kill
Corn
myself.
Palace. Do you know my architectural history class? We one of them, we actually studied the Corn Palace. How crazy is that? Hey, Ryan Donahue.
What's crazy is trying to see with the light coming this way with a tape on the box. They don't mess around with the tape on here. There's like 9 pieces of tape keeping this thing closed.
Do you want me to do that part? And
No,
then you
no.
can open the box?
I'll get there.
Okay. Yowzers, Sue, thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, how nice is this? Aussie Born and Bred says, show. Why is it not clicking?
Okay,
There it
because you have
is.
to click on the left side
Hush.
because it's a left thing, right?
What?
Click
Oh,
is something
that?
different.
Yeah. I'm so smart.
You're. I love
Your
you.
travel
That's the
tips
point.
are fantastic. Easily the best travel channel on YouTube. Congratulations from Down Under. Thank you so much.
Trying to slice your head off.
Hang on. Zip, zip, zip. Mary Ellen, I'm so glad that this was important to you traveling alone. So Italy and Greece, there are a lot of places where there isn't a ton of English spoken all the time. In both of those places, when you're out, like when you're in the villages and things. And so I'm really glad that you found that helpful. Okay.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. So I've got everything. All the tape is cut. So if you want to see what it looks like, so some people ask, like, hey, what's it like how long does it take to get this? So it was what?
2.5 weeks.
2.5. So it was like on Saturday the 22nd of September, we passed 1 million. You can watch the video, the live feed when we did that. I have a little short on there as
Very
well.
dorky.
Very dorky, but you know what? Who cares? Like we had the 1 and the M, balloons. I mean, it was one of those things. And we did that, and then it was about a week later, I got this little notification on YouTube saying, hey, here's
It's
this.
on its way.
No.
Oh, not
No.
that one.
There's like, here's this code. Take this
Oh.
code, go to this web. I mean, it was like kind of like, I'm like, am I getting
Is
scammed
it
here?
scams?
Like, you're like, it's like, well, make sure you have the code. We won't show the code again, but we'll show you the code again. But we're not going to show the code. I already got it done. And so I was like, all right. So I copy the code, go through, fill it out. Like you put your,
I'm
Don't
just
touch
doing.
it. You don't need to. Hush,
Oh
woman.
my
I got it
god.
already open.
Are you angry?
No, I'm not angry. I'm trying to tell a story, and you're trying to open the play
I was
button.
just feeling it.
already opened. Feel it later. Anyway, so I got this thing and I sent it off. They're like, yeah, you'll get it in 2-3 weeks. And it showed up on.
Well, I was in North Carolina.
Yeah, so it's like it showed up like on a Friday. So it took about 2.5 weeks for it to get like from when we hit it to when I was here. And then we were running on Wednesday, couldn't do it on Wednesday, so now we're here today. So it's been sitting for 1 week of me just staring at it in my office. So there it is. Before it is now, we got to adjust the camera here.
Ownership stuff.
Make
I
this-
can't even like touch. I can't touch it. Can I? hold
Dude,
it while I
no,
adjust
you
the
can
camera?
move the thing back. I don't trust. She'll be like, I get to open it.
I wouldn't do that to you, baby. Don't be.
No,
making
not that one,
faces.
babe.
Not
No,
this
no,
one. You
no,
want this back
no.
where it was?
Yes.
Is it on?
No.
Okay. What do you want me to do? This.
Just move that back. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got to adjust the camera so people can see it.
I'm getting there. Can't see.
No.
Well, I don't know. Maybe we're gonna have
You
to
just
pick
stop.
it
No,
up.
just stop. Stop. Put it down. Put it down. Just go. Go.
I'm just gonna sit.
Just sit down. Don't touch the box.
I'm not gonna touch the box.
Don't touch the box.
I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it. Not touching it.
See, now that person made the comment about being bankrupt, they were right. They were
Touch
right.
it. What? They're right. They're not right.
No, I know about the YouTube tricks or whatever.
You don't have any
Well, I know, because I don't want to walk
Damn it.
around. That's one of those things. I don't want to walk around with my camera all the time at every single site and be like, look at me doing stuff. I want to enjoy the site, and these other
Also,
people.
I don't want that kind of attention. On
Yeah, I
me.
know. You're making yourself a target, and we don't always travel to nice safe places. We go all
When
over. That's why we
you're
have all
when
kinds
you're
of stuff.
paying attention to your phone the whole time,
You're not
that-
paying attention to other stuff.
Right, pickpockets are like
Okay, so this is it.
It's a big box.
Very big box. 7 pounds.
Whoop.
Though, if I hold these two, I'll be honest. This one, the old school OG silver one, feels a little bit heavier.
Yeah, it's like 8.
Yeah. All right. So, I don't trust you. See, I'd like to have help, but she's like, I want to do things.
Honey, don't be ridiculous. I want to see.
Hey, hold on.
Just open the damn
And
box.
open up. Oh, it's just fun. All right, you ready? Hold on, so everybody can see. Let's see if they spell my name right or the name right. Ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2. Oh, we even got a nice little letter. 1 mission, 1 channel, and one more thing. 1 million subscribers. Congratulations. You started with a few viewers, but your voice, passion, creativity have now touched the lives of people around the world. And the community you've built is enriched by the stories you've shared as you bring people together. To honor this milestone, we're proud to present you with the Gold Creator Award. Oh, I didn't know that was what it was called. The Gold Creator Award. We hope this special recognition will remind you how much you mean to so many. And thank you, everybody. Every day, you are redefining how content is created and watched. I don't know if I go that far. 1 voice and 1 video at a time. It's a privilege to be a part of your journey. We can't wait to see what you do next. Nia Mohan, you know what, YouTube CEO. I bet that's an actual signature. Sure.
It is really nice.
This
paper,
is that fancy, like this is
Very-
stuff like you could sleep underneath this.
That's
This is
like
thick.
20-pound paper right
Yeah,
there.
that's some nice paper. I'm gonna say that paper. All right,
Dun dun dun.
2, so you guys can see.
Oh,
Hey, that's cool.
it's pretty. Let's take it out of the
Well, yes.
plastic.
You've never seen these.
I've
before.
never seen one.
Hold on. Let's see.
I'm, weird.
Okay.
Oh, Mark,
There's the
it's
box.
really-
Oh, you can see your reflection in it. Hello. That's cool.
For those YouTubers who are very into themselves.
Yes, those YouTubers that are very into themselves. I want to say thank you to all of you here on YouTube, all you fellow travelers that helped us get this. We would not be here without you. Honestly, this is something. Like, this is 14 years in the making. I got all these other little pictures I could have shown you of the different things we've done and all these things, but this is what you're here for. You wanted to see this. We got it. We did it. That is cool.
It's really pretty. So it's kind of like brushed gold stuff all the way around, and then that's super shiny in the middle.
It's reflective. See, you can see the computer.
I can
There
see
you go.
you.
That's
Isn't
cool.
that cool?
That is cool.
It's beautiful.
It is.
Oh, and it's for passing 1 million subscribers. So
Yes.
really, if we had stuck at 1 million, we wouldn't get it. We had to get 1 million.
True.
and
I
one.
think that's why they wait like a week to write you.
Is that what it is?
Maybe.
Well,
I can't really hang it here because there's nowhere to put it.
give it to me.
I'll move this up closer.
There really isn't anywhere.
I know. Well,
Son of a biscuit.
well, you know, we had it for
Yeah,
5
I'm not
seconds
saying.
till somebody dropped it.
I did not. That was
It's
so
not good. It's not
long
good.
ago.
No,
I know. I was
no, it
thinking
doesn't.
Any of these would move back.
You know,
Don't.
I could just stand back there. We could have Liam come down and just have him hold it.
Shit. I mean,
Shoot.
shoot.
Liam!
He wanted to be here. We are the worst parents ever.
Yes, yes, we are.
God, we really suck.
Oh, Ryan Donahoe, good to see you, buddy. Anyway, so yeah, now you've seen an unboxing of a thing. I don't even know how people do unboxing to make it so exciting. You know, like it just you're opening a box, but it is cool, and she just lets it lay there. Here, I'll just stand here with this next to it, and you
He's
can look at
playing
things.
video games with earmuffs on or
Oh,
whatever.
so
not
we can be like,
earmuffs.
yeah, we called you.
And then he'll see this one day and go, "Don't lie to me."
Never will. There you go, Chumbers.
What do you think?
Looks pretty silver because the blue light.
Oh, 'cause of blue light?
Okay, but what do you think? Yeah.
Double thumbs up from Liam.
All right.
Very
You gonna
nice.
say hello to people?
Ooh,
No. Okay.
there's
Love
2
you.
little hooks in the back to have it hang up. That's cool. That's awesome. Ugh. It definitely is a little different than the other one.
It's really pretty.
It's
I think
pretty.
it would look really pretty in here in the library with all the black.
Yeah, it would look good.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll keep my office
No,
behind me.
you don't want to like
Nope.
show it off.
Nope.
Okay.
Well, yes, they can do that. Sorry. Lost train of thought there with that. That's cool. But I want to say thank you, everybody. Lori, thank you. But yeah, thank you. I know traveling is a little troublesome right now, to say the
Some
least.
places.
Some places.
Mhm.
We are actually still traveling. Some people have been asking us. I've looked at the questions here. There's a bunch of people asking, are you still going to travel now that you got your million? Like some people are like, oh, you got a million, you got to quit now? No.
No.
No, why would I
That's
quit
not why we
traveling?
do this.
That's not why I do this. We're doing this to help people like you and like us and other people. You know, just,
And we guys don't want to see the world.
and we want to see the world. So why not give out helpful advice from there? So we're going to keep doing this. We've got all kinds of stuff set up. I know, like I said, we're going back to Paris to get ready for the Olympics. So we'll have those videos, but we're not. Those won't be going out into the spring. We'll be there in the spring. We've got Germany, we've got Austria, we've got some South America. We're heading back down to South America for some filming to get some more stuff there. So we got we got a bunch of stuff really kind of planned out for next year, but we're still open to ideas for new places for next year. So that's one of those things you're like, hey, Mark, are you thinking about going here? We are open because right now I know looking at doing Orient Express actually in Thailand, down over there. So that's one trip we're looking at. So we got some. So I know people are like, wait, get to Southeast Asia. We are going. We have that coming. We're probably going to do some more stuff around the U.S. as well to get more U.S. travel things. So I have a feeling next summer is going to be a big U.S. travel site again. I know the last couple of years people have been going crazy for Europe and like, I'll pay any price. I don't care. But I think with inflation and how prices have gone, people aren't going to be like that next year. So it might be a little bit less crowded along with other things out there. Yeah. Henry, thank you for the super chat, Henry. In the past, you always talked about a YouTuber or YouTubers telling bad travel advice or doing backflips. Can you finally say who? Any hints? Honestly, right now, just go on TikTok, go on Instagram, and they'll probably like read my advice down in the comments. You're like, why don't you say it in the video? Like, I mean, sadly, I'm not really super attractive, so I can't just like walk down with a nice coat on and be like, hey, I can't tell you anything, but I can AI it and put it in the comments down below. So I'm not going to say anybody because some people like that's just it. There's some people I've seen. I'm like, you actually have really good possibilities to really give some good advice, and you have a good following. You can make a difference in travel, and then it's like they kind of fall into that. Well, I got to shock people. I got to do stuff. I got to come up with things and hide stuff. I'm like, it's kind of sad. So no, I'm not going to bring them up. Sorry, Henry.
We don't like to badmouth people.
Yeah, I don't want to badmouth people in terms of telling them who they are. but I'll say like, oh god. So yeah. Actually, Hammer, thank you again. Without your advice and video, we would have never done it. I found you because I was curious about Americans think about Austria. Then I watch every single video about the 5 states we visit. That's awesome. So I'm heading back.
Lived in Austria.
I lived in Austria. I actually have taught at the Wirtschaftsuniversität Wien multiple summers. So I was a student there, and I've been a visiting lecturer there multiple times. And I'm actually going back to Austria again, and we'll have new Austria videos. I actually have a couple more I need to put out, like the Don'ts of Austria, Don'ts of Vienna, new Love and Hates of Austria. And then I'm going back in the winter to do some winter in Austria videos. So you have some new stuff there. So Extra Hammer, I'll try to do you proud, my friend. Alex, thank you very much for the super chat. Congrats, Martin. You totally deserve this. I really enjoyed your videos over the years. Let's see something crazy like this in the Arctic, though. Yes, so Antarctica, we're waiting for Liam to be 15.
He said Arctic, not Antarctic.
Yes, I know. Like,
Oh.
but they're asking for crazy things like that.
Okay.
So, like, that's some of those things. It's like you gotta wait till Liam's old enough because, like, I don't want to pass up a chance of, Antarctica with Liam or going on an expedition or something like that. That's one of the things. Like, I want everybody,
And
the whole family, to be a part of it.
Alex, you'll notice that there aren't very many videos of me, particularly in cold places, because I don't like it. Like, I really, really want to see the Aurora Borealis at some point in time. But when it's best to see, it's cold and you have to go way north. And I'm not good at any of that. Did you get
Yes.
this one?
Oh, Julia.
Thank you, Julia.
The sticker. I'm sorry, it doesn't show up here on this one, but thank you very much.
Yes.
Stuart, thanhanks, buddy.
Thank you.
I German trip to Corfu a few weeks ago. First time since the Euro was introduced in 2002. It's been a while, buddy.
Wow.
For a third time, first was 93 as a 5-year-old. Man,
Wow.
back in the day, man. Yeah, Stuart is one of the people that is very. Stuart he travels a lot with the low-cost airlines and stuff to get all over, but also other airlines. But he does a good job of taking his vacation time and getting to places so he can like take advantage of the extra day off, or he's going to a wedding or a birthday. And that's one of those things. You got to find a way to kind of
Squish a whole bunch of things together sometimes, like birthday trips, or like when you're going to visit somebody, get out and go see something else. Like we had a wedding in Chicago not too long ago, so we try to like just see between the wedding and the reception, we try to see something local. Although Chicago, we've seen so much of it.
yeah.
It's different.
Yes, like let's see, because this time, so we have another wedding. So I have a lot of students that graduated. Now they're hitting that getting married age. So we've got a few weddings back to back to back. So we got another one in Chicago soon. We're like, well, this is a northwest suburb of Chicago wedding, so we could hit Buckland and we could go here.
We're gonna stop and see Derek and Liz.
Yeah, from Means to Travel.
Means to Travel. They're kind of awesome people. And we're very excited because we haven't seen them in like, oh my gosh, it's been like 9 months and they only live 2 hours away. So
Yeah.
it's a thing.
And speaking of someone I haven't seen for like 9 months,
Hey,
Tom
Tom.
Shaner, the king of dad jokes, right there. Tom's pretty funny, guys. Buddy, good. Thank you, my friend.
We love Yins too.
If you watch our Pittsburgh videos, you'll see him popping up occasionally. Oh man. Thank you, Alan. Thank you, Lori. Thank you, Anne. So Anne wants to know if we're going to go to Cabo Verde. So Cabo Verde, I'd like to go to. When I lived in Portugal, that was one of the places I wanted to get to. I just didn't. Well, at the time, I had no money, so I could only do so many things. But that would be a place I would really like to go because Cabo Verdeano, I'd like to see how their Portuguese goes. Because I remember when I lived in Portugal, they're like, oh, no. In Portugal, they speak Portuguese. In Brazil, they speak Brasileiro. In Angola, they speak Angolano. And in Cabo Verde, they speak Cabo Verdeano. I'm like, you mean they don't speak Portuguese? You just...
But there are it's like the difference between American English and Queen's English or King's English now, right? It's King's English.
It's King's
now.
English now, man. Yeah, that's just it. Like,
Weird, my whole life I've been saying Queen's English.
yeah.
And then, like Australian. I mean, like we all have these very different accents and colloquialisms and slang and whatnot. So, like when I was learning Portuguese, I actually understood by hearing. I could hear Brazilian Portuguese better, but I speak with a Lisbon accent. I mean, if you can call what I do speaking. That's
Sure.
the truth, right?
Why not?
Yeah,
That
I'm like a
works.
traveler.
It's the internet. We'll just AI that over. It'll be fine.
No, when I speak to humans, they kind of know what I'm saying enough to,
So, I mean,
respond.
so Mark, please make a video about Istanbul, Turkey in general. That's all. That'll be fantastic. Yes, that's actually, I'm looking to go there early next year. Because that's one place, because I was Turkey many 1999.
That was long before me.
I was long before. I don't even remember.
After you first met me.
True. So I did exist. But then when we truly were together, that's when my life truly began. So yes, that is one of the places I'm planning on going this year. So we'll have some videos. That one I would imagine probably coming out. So when I want to be going there, that means it'll probably come out like early spring. So hopefully we'll have it for people going in the summertime. Though it's simple in the summertime, it's a little hot, but people still love going there. And Turkey's fantastic, beautiful place, got such great beaches, historic sites, all kinds of stuff. Basic Dad Abroad. Thank you very much for the love, my friend.
Well earned. Huge congrats. Keep up the fantastic efforts.
Thanks you.
For that.
Thomas Reiser for Jocelyn. Best time to see Aurora is fall equinox. So we'll need to go September of next year. Too late now. September next year, we'll have to go somewhere.
I actually didn't know that. I thought I had to go when it was like straight up cold.
No,
not just a little cold.
Well, I remember the first time I saw the Aurora Borealis, I was in Finland as an exchange student. They took us for this. We're going to take you to Finland's fireworks. And we go out and like we walk in the forest. It's all snow. We're up in Lapland. And we walk out in this open field. And I'm like, they're going to sacrifice us. And like, we all walk out and they're like, now look up. And then there's the line, the green line of it. We're like, oh, this is so cool. We were like 17, 18-year-old kids. We're like, this is amazing. It was so cool. I still remember that. Cadence. Thank you, sweetie.
Thank you. Can we just
tell your dad he owes you $20.
Can we talk about how much fun Cadence and I had doing gymnastics
Yes.
in the park? I mean, like
How's the
literally.
you hurt yourself? So Cadence, this is in Pittsburgh. Sorry.
What? I wouldn't hurt myself.
Yes.
I tried really hard to do an aerial. Guess what? I cannot do an aerial anymore. I can do a lift and I can do a thing where I just graze my fingers across, but I can't do an aerial anymore. But Cadence, I had a whole lot of fun doing all sorts of stuff. Although I cannot keep up with her anymore, sadly. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And she's a cool kid. So Tom, great job.
Yes,
cool kid.
you did well.
Alex is disappointed. So a video about going to Yakutsk in the winter is out then. Coldest city on the planet. Remember, she went up and it looked warm in the winter. Dang.
Not happening. Maxter, you heading to Savannah soon with your suggestions. Well, I'm really glad I head to Savannah several times a year because it's kind of the bestest.
So if you haven't noticed, like everyone's talking about the bed bugs in Paris, and it's everywhere. Well, here's the thing: bed bugs are everywhere anyway. Just that when the news decides to talk about them, because we don't have enough bad news in the world. So let's bring us some more bad stuff. Henry, yes, I have been eaten alive by bed bugs before. I remember one time I was in Manchester. Manchester. And I remember like waking up just like, oh my God, my skin is on. Not on fire.
That was like a decade ago.
No, that might be. Okay, that was.
It was before we were living in the States.
No, Manchester. That was like before we were taught. Like I even wrote you. That's
that's a really long time ago.
Yeah, we're talking like 25. Like, that was the time I remembered like, oh my God, bed bugs are a thing. Because I'd heard about them, but never like got bed bugs. But then that time I was like, oh my God. I was like, I'm not staying here again. But I was a student. So I was thinking it's in my master's program. And
so
I'm
you
like,
just burned all your clothes.
Well, no, because I was a student. I'm like, I haven't anything. So I just kind of sucked it up.
So can we talk about this? I just want to say this on behalf of all those people who run Airbnbs, VRBOs, and vacation rentals, and even hotels. When there are bed bugs, y'all like have to leave your stuff in the space and it has to be fumigated and heat treated and all this, because if you ask to leave and you take your stuff with you, you're going to take the bed bugs with you. So like, don't get mad when somebody asks you to do that. That's one of those like smart things to do as a traveler. Leave your stuff and let them fumigate it so that you don't have to deal with it. And then you also don't end up taking that stuff with you to the next place you're staying, or, God forbid, you're home.
Yes. Iggy from Spain. Hola, guapa. Or guapo, I can't see the picture. So, hello from Spain. Just visited London for the first time and loved it. I've always avoided London because of the high prices, but it
It's
can be
expensive.
affordable if you do a bit of research and the tube is fast. Yes. So, I was in London recently visiting my cousin who was studying abroad there. So, Cam, shout out to you, buddy. And you'll see him in our 12 Days of Christmas video this year. And so we were there. So we got a tour scams of London, tourist traps of London, the don'ts of the tube, don'ts of British trains, mistakes of London. I think mistakes of London is actually not tomorrow. Oh, spoiler! Tomorrow is the mistakes tourists make when you go to Germany. And I think the 28th, the next week, that's when I'm going to have the mistakes of London coming out. So all kinds of stuff to help you out for that one. But Iggy, I'm glad you had a good time.
Hang on.
Hey, Steve.
Mm-hmm.
Stephen Neppa also been commenting a lot lately. Any suggestions on an inexpensive destination to see?
Northeast PA.
Oh, well, there you go.
Steve
That
Rank
would make
tells
more,
us
that
I'm
would make
right
more
here.
sense. That would make more sense. Okay, so Northern Lights leaving from New York Metro in January. So you can do simple things like cheap flights to Iceland. You can get up to Finland. You can do SAS to Norway and
Iceland Air.
well, you can do Iceland Air, but you can do SAS to Norway. Or you can do Norwegian Airlines to Norway.
Because we went
SAS to
JFK
Stockholm going north.
Reykjavik.
So, but one thing is you need clear skies. That's one of those days. It's kind of like the eclipse the other day. Everyone's like excited for it, but it was like overcast across the country, so you didn't get to see anything. I was like, why is it so dark outside? Oh, because there's a
Brian asks, do you know about a place called the Falkland Islands near Argentina? Yes.
Las Malvinas.
So I actually had a friend, well, it's my cousin's friend, but I know them-ish. So they did a stop there on some kind of like crazy around the world cruise or something that they did, and kind of piqued my interest, although it's not going to be like way high on my list simply because not easy to get to. That's actually kind of difficult. So it's not simply because it's not simple. It's not way high on the list.
Thank you, Holden. I appreciate the love. I work in New York City. They call me bed dogs. Sorry, that's pretty funny.
That is funny. I like it.
So, Jared, British Museum and National Gallery were the best museums I've ever been to. My mind was blown. Yeah, I
I
tell
don't want
everybody.
to talk about that.
Well, you get upset because the
Thieves.
yes, she gets upset with that. But like honestly, for travelers going to London to really see from the Parthenon marbles
That's
that
the
are there.
name.
Yeah, and then not what do they call them?
The Elgin marbles.
Elgin marbles. Yeah, that's actually from the Parthenon. You're like in Greece. You're like, wait a minute, Athens. Where something's missing there? Yeah, it's in there. But going there as a traveler, if you go there, you can see so many things from Egypt, from Greece, from all over the world. You really can see a lot and learn a lot, and it's free. Like that's one of those things about London. There's a lot of great free things you can see because you're gonna like your money just disappears when you go to London. But there's the things you can do to save it, and that's one of them. This big wide world. Congratulations on your gold play button. Thank you very much.
This.
And the nice community of people you have connected through your channel. I found a lot of smaller channels to watch. That's awesome.
I love
And
that.
that's one of the things, whether it's travels, adventures with Eric B, means to travel, escaping the empty nest, Blaine with Rally Travels. Now I'm blanking out. There's a bunch. There's about Darren with Magnificent Germany. There's so many things out there. I just can't say enough.
I let Naughty Dog out. Because him's naughty.
So Button Bremer, congrats. It's so very well deserved. As a German, Dankeschön. I've admitted to been abusing your not so small anymore YouTube channel to improve my English listening skills. So this is actually something.
Fantastic.
Dankeschön. Ich freue mich, dass ich dir helfen ein bisschen könnte. That's so awesome.
It kind of Deutsch.
Yeah,
What I say.
you're fine. I can German. I can do something.
I can't German.
I can know German. There you go. It works just fine. But this is one of those things. Like so lately, because we've been doing this for a long time. Like it's April 25th, 2009 is when we started this channel. I had channels before this with videos too.
One was just songs for me.
That's right.
Because Hims loves me.
That's right. At least I did. I still do, you dodo head. Anyway, so I was giving a student talk this week, and I was giving examples, and I was picking on this one student, not picking on, but like you're the example. Like you're the one who's going to get fired, but you're going to be fine because you'll find a new job. The guy's like, look, I've been a fan since I was in middle school. And I'm like, oh, I feel so bad. I'm like, I got you fired, like, and this stuff. I got fired, but like in my hypothetical world I'm talking about. It's like, yeah, I've been watching your videos since middle school. I'm a huge fan. Like, this is all. It's not interesting because like now when I'm on campus, I walk on campus on the quad, and there's at least
Kids, they
Yep.
were watching when
they
were
were
like
watching.
10.
They were watching like their grade school teachers used our videos to help them learn about a country.
Mhm.
Yeah, and it's like, oh my god! And then they would watch the videos, and it's like it's amazing. These middle school that were once middle schoolers are now college
Your
juniors,
students.
seniors, and they're my students now. And so they're like, yeah, dude. Like it's so like when we hit 1 million. I mean, I was walking down the quad. I mean, I had like 15 people go, hey, congrats on 1 million. I'm like, wow.
They weren't even your
They weren't even my
students.
students.
They
I'm
were
like,
just
that's-
U of I students.
yeah. So it was really cool. And but also like there's that, but there's a lot of people that write me and saying, hey, thank you. I use your videos to improve my English. You know, and I'm like, that's awesome. Like, and to think that we're helping people not just
In
on
different
travel,
ways.
in different ways, it's such a great thing.
You know
So,
what? I bet
Putin?
you'd help more if you
Which
spoke slower. Siga, siga.
No, Putin, he wants to speak schnell. Jawohl, ja. Wir müssen
It
schnell
kinda
sprechen.
Deutsch.
Putin, du weißt schon, wir müssen schnell sprechen.
Okay,
Okay, so
Julia.
it's jumping around.
Wow, that was weird.
Yes, hold on. Yes, you guys are lots of London videos coming up like over the next couple of months. So you got a lot of stuff coming, so you'll be set up. You like literally everything will be out. Like if you want to go, we'll have videos on Chester, York as well by March. You have all like if you want to go travel other places, we'll have a lot of stuff there.
Click. There you go.
Julia,
Thank you,
there's Julia. Thank you for the sticker earlier.
Going to the Netherlands in late April, which let's talk about that. If you want to talk about like visiting at that time of the year, I've done it and I have a lot of like personal experience that I'd love to share with you. Find me at Jocelyn Walters World on Instagram and DM me there. Okay, so Julia says, going to the Netherlands in late April. Is Portugal good to visit in September, or should we wait until spring of 2025? Listen, honest to God, I think September and probably late April, early May are my favorite times to be in Portugal, specifically Lisbon, because that's where we lived. September's great because like school's just like kind of starting back and stuff, and it's kind of easy. The city's easy. There's not a ton of American tourists because
There's not a ton of tourists because in September everyone's back.
period. Like so Europeans go back to school. Everybody goes on vacation in August in Europe, I feel like. And then Europe, Americans kind of everybody's getting their kids settled back in, and even like grandparents and stuff that might travel, you know, off season kind of go late September, early October. So I feel like September is kind of like the primo month, specifically for Southern Europe. That's my own personal opinion, but please do DM me on Instagram at Jocelyn Walters World because I have tons of info on the Netherlands late April. Excuse me. So many things on here. Oh my gosh. I can't like piles and piles. Oh my goodness. How about this? It's 8:43 here. Early travel day tomorrow. I'm old. Time for bed. Okay, Steve, go ahead.
Bye, Steve.
Sleep well. Early travel day. So let's talk about early travel days. So the last month, Mark and I were ships passing in the night. And when I say ships passing the night, literally leaving the car at the airport for one another, taking a picture of where it was. I come in at 0600 or my flight's out at 0600 and Mark's coming in at like 15:30 at 3:30 in the afternoon. And I'm like literally leaving the car. It was like the second or third time we did that in a month. We didn't see each other for 3.5 weeks.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how I survived.
You were in.
I lost 10 pounds because I couldn't eat. I couldn't think.
You're
was
so
alone.
full of shit.
Not anymore.
You
I went to
lost
the
10
bathroom.
pounds because we haven't been drinking and we've been eating healthier. Oh, I haven't lost a pound. It's great.
I've lost for both of us.
I'm so glad for you. I don't need to lose weight. I just need to put on some muscle.
Smaller channels like this. Primetime Travels. Travelers, there you
There
go.
you go.
And that's one thing is I've always told people, like, if you want to make travel channels, make good videos. People will follow you. People will find you eventually. It just takes time. Like we have all kinds of it on our Professor Walters channel. We have all kinds of videos talking about how to start a channel, how to do things. And a lot of people think, oh, it's instant. If I don't make a million views in the first day, it's not worth it. Look, I mean, this
14 years, y'all.
yeah. This is 14 years. 14 years to get here. Now, you could get there faster, of course.
And
But
if COVID doesn't hit, you'll
if
probably
COVID
get
is
there
ahead,
2
yeah, you
years
could have it 2
faster.
years earlier. But that's one of those things that it does make a difference. But that's why I always try to be supportive. Like anybody that wants to do a channel, I say go do it. No matter if you like toys, do a channel on G.I. Joes or Transformers. If you're a kid, do it about being a kid. Do
Mark will
everything.
watch it.
I'll watch it.
Mark will watch all the videos on the G.I. Joes.
Yeah. But like you find those things that you enjoy and you make videos that you enjoy.
No.
Like we love traveling. I love helping people. Like
No.
I love teaching. Like I teach for a living. And it's like one of those things. If I can help people and get them traveling,
Well, that's
better,
what Walter's World is, though.
yeah.
It's your passion for teaching
Yeah.
and your passion for traveling have come together and made a baby with 1 million subs.
I was gonna say that you mean Liam because you're my passion. There we go. Well,
You're my favorite.
Sue, it's okay. We still love you, sweetie. Don't
Hey,
worry.
Scorpio, Sue.
Thank you, Cam. I appreciate it. Yes, you're a celebrity on campus. Yes, occasionally. I have all exciting stuff. I might actually be in. So Brig is on full on beg mode right now. He's like,
He is on the ground. First, he tried to give me high five, and I said no.
because high
And
five he
then
gets a
he
treat.
sat down, and I said no. And then he lay down, and I said no. And now he is doing this on the floor. He's just smacking the floor.
Have you heard
I'm
a
not
thump? That's
getting my
him.
meat.
So Dan, really won't be long before your 2 boys start taking over the channel, second generation. Yeah, if they want to, it's totally fine. I know we got to chuckle about it sometimes. I was like, Josh, I died. Just give it to Liam. Liam will take it over. It'll be
Liam
fine.
will do it.
Liam
Caleb
will
will be
do-
like,
Yeah. It's like, no, but Caleb, that's the thing is Caleb, I mean, he like if we travel with them, he still travels with us. But like I will ask him, hey, would you like he'll film for me. So like if I'm talking, like because a lot of times you don't realize I do it like when it's me talking, just like blah blah blah, it's a tripod. But the B-roll is just me with my camera or my phone. I'm just taking some B-roll real quick. But sometimes like I want to do a little video. I'm like, hey Caleb, could you film this for us? If you film me talking, and he'll hold it. He does fine. He does
He
fine
does a
job.
good job.
Yeah. And so like when you see our 12 Days of Christmas video this year, you're like, where's Caleb? Where's Caleb? I think he's in the background. He's in the background of 2 videos. You might see his thumb in one, but he's actually holding the camera to get that. 'Cause he's like, I don't want to be a part of this, because teenager.
He's- whatever, that's fine. It's his thing. Can I just say that this summer we went to Israel, Palestine, Jordan, Malta, and Greece, and we had so much fun, and he was jazzed about every bit of it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he was more jazzed than he has been in a couple 3 years. That might be because he's 17 and we're moving on into the more adult phase or whatever of travel, because there are different phases in your life of travel. And this is something that we should probably talk about at some point in videos, is that, when they're really little, they're not absorbing anything, but you're making great memories for you about how they were little in these different places, right? And then there's the time when they're excited about everything. And then there's that part where they're sort of like in between. And then teenagers don't really want to hang out with mom and dad all the time.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Be ready for this. You used to be cool. What happened to you, Dad? I'm like,
You're so different.
I know. I'm like,
I
my
know.
college students think I'm cool. I think. I don't know anymore.
Here's the deal. I mean, teenagers are teenagers around
Yeah.
the world. They're all the same.
and
They're all unique individuals, but there's that thing.
And as a parent, you know that the real world we grew up in doesn't exist anymore. So trying to understand their world.
So different. Like,
Oh.
I feel like our generation to our parents was so much closer than what we are to our kids. It's completely different. But there are these phases and ups and downs. And I think it goes on in through adulthood. Like, your parents are different about how they travel than they were 20 years ago when we did this. Or 15 years ago
when I was
we
a
did this.
kid, our vacations were going to Toledo, Ohio.
I mean,
Well,
like early in our marriage, and how we took
That's
like
true.
crazy road trips with your parents through Europe, right?
Mhm.
And now it's more like a guided tour sort of thing, but we'll do it
Well,
like on a
yeah,
just
like
our
we're the
family.
guides, just us.
No, but like when we went to Africa,
Yeah.
they came with us, and
Yeah.
that, I mean, Africa's like when you're going on safari, that's a big undertaking, you know.
Yeah, and I was really proud of my parents for going. My mom's all about going. My dad might actually go back again for that. My dad's getting older. He's
I
he's
love-
79. So, you know,
Stop it.
yeah, I know, it's crazy. But he's gonna come with us
like that.
because he's supposed to hop on like 8:30. So
Really?
yeah, so we
In
gotta
half an
we gotta
hour.
release in a half an hour. 'Cause my mom-
Oh, right here.
Donovan, love the National Leprechaun Museum in 2022.
So can I just talk about the National Leprechaun Museum in?
Yeah, you were crazy on that. Do we have a video?
It's amazing. I took a bunch of like a B-roll and stuff, and I did a little intro, outro, and talked about a few things. It wasn't very big.
Oh.
We just need to put it together.
I mean, I need to find it on the 400 external drives I have. Sure,
So
sure. Don't
here's
mind me.
what-
I'm just gonna get some cheese.
what is amazing about the National Leprechaun Museum? You think it's going to be this like
Are there real
cheesy thing.
leprechauns?
Mark, I'm not going to ruin that for people. What I am going to say is that there's a lot of amazing folk history and like these oral traditions that come down, and it was so cool. But what was really amazing is like the inside of it, like you felt the things because the interior design and architecture of the building replicated the things that they were telling you. So there's that. Go to the National Leprechaun Museum. I think.
See him? He's over
Yeah,
here.
you see that he's eating food he shouldn't have been given.
Who did that?
Mm,
Well,
yummy.
I tried. He missed. I'm like, you know, when you watch the videos of the dog, people think like throw cheese at your dog and it misses and hits him in the head. That's our dog. He'll eat you, but
He will eat you.
he'll miss first and like eat your shoe and then eat you.
Dami Isu.
Oh, thanks, man.
Mm-hmm.
Henry, thank you again, buddy. It's super great that you guys are doing live streams again. Gracias, Mark and Jocelyn. I first subscribed all the way back in April 2014. Honestly, Henry, I thought it was earlier than that. I thought you were like 2012. I thought you were like in the first like 10,000. But yeah, that's awesome, man. That's like before the first 50,000. Awesome, buddy. Okay,
Baby,
my
you got
ears.
balsamic
my
all
ears
over
are-
your face.
Oh, I thought you were trying to cover
and
my
your
ears.
hands. And stop trying to feed the dog, and we won't have accidents like that.
Katie, so Katie Smith wants to know any tips for San Juan, Puerto Rico? Okay,
Yes.
I already have the Don'ts of San Juan already out. So we have that. The Don'ts of Puerto Rico and the Eats of Puerto Rico will be coming out relatively soon. We do have some stuff there. But if you're going to go there, Old San Juan, don't drive in the center. Just take a taxi in from the airport, explore Old San Juan, and if you're going to go explore the rest of the city or rest of the island, then go back out, get your car, and do that. That's the best thing that you can do.
Rental cars in Puerto Rico are not easy. They have a lot of like local sort of places that have really great deals and stuff. However, here's what I've run into twice now is that the gas stations are further away than what you expect from where you have to drop it off. So even if you fill up and you drive straight there, you're probably going to use some of the gas. So do that pay ahead gas thing and return it like empty or whatever. You know how that works. Do that.
They get you.
They really
get
get you
you
on that.
Yeah.
Kind of sucks. But it's just because there are no gas stations really near where you drop off.
CJ, congratulations. I've been binging your Rome and Paris content. I arrived in Rome to start my 2-week honeymoon on Monday. Awesome. Love all your content, though. Very insightful. Thank you, CJ. And congratulations. Have a
Congrats on
great
the wedding.
honeymoon. That's awesome.
We didn't have a honeymoon. We moved to Portugal instead.
Yeah, we went to Turks and Caicos for our 10th anniversary. We went to Turks and Caicos.
We called that our honeymoon.
We got our honeymoon, but we didn't get anything. Like, oh, it's our honeymoon. Like, you know, everyone's like, we know people that were literally like, we're gonna tell them we just got engaged, so they give us free stuff. And like our friends, they'll do that. I'm like, it's kind of.
Oh, we have friends that do
I'm like, that's so
wrong.
slimy.
wrong.
It's so wrong. But they're like getting free stuff, free drinks, or like, I'm like, it actually is our anniversary, and the hotel's like, that's nice. I'm like, you know, we're going to Turks and Caicos. So like, oh yeah, 10th anniversary, didn't have a honeymoon. Oh,
Nice.
would you like the
Congrats.
peanuts or the pretzels? I'm like, all right. So
Mm.
that's why it's funny because people are like, do you get free
They
stuff?
gave us the cold towels with lemongrass water.
Everybody got that.
Whatever. I liked it.
Yeah. No, that's one of those things. People always go, you must get lots of free stuff, and people notice you. No,
Never.
never.
Also, we don't intentionally because
Yeah, because that's not a real.
we want to have the honest advice and honest, well, everything.
Nora, Early travel day advice. There's no coffee at Denver at 4 a.m. Nothing open. This
What?
so I was
We're
on.
doing a thing now with this.
Yeah, so I started to do these videos where it's like what to eat in different airports, right? And so the last few,
What there is to eat, not what to eat, but just that
Well,
there
what is
is.
there? Yeah.
What is
what
there,
restaurants
what
are
is
available? Yeah. So I had a 6 a.m. flight from Orlando. I had a 7 a.m. flight from Baltimore. I had a 6 a.m. flight from where else? Dallas or whatever.
Mhm.
And I was like
Yeah,
going
I
through it,
know.
like there's literally nothing. Like nothing. In the morning, if your flight's like 4 or 6, you're screwed because some places will open like 5:30
They'll have like a
ish.
kiosk. where
Yeah,
you
no,
might
but
could
the,
get
the,
some
the
soda,
line will be shoo. Yeah, so you're doing vending machines.
but you know you're not getting any hot coffee.
Yeah.
But maybe
Thank
some cans of cold
you.
coffee, and that'll work for me.
Takes time. I'm still working on it. Sanity. I'm still working on my sanity too.
I don't have any. Not trying.
Okay,
to.
we're the best place to go for larger travelers. So being a large traveler myself, I would say the U.S., Sweden, Norway, Finland, like Scandinavia, Germany. That's good. Eastern Europe's pretty good for larger travelers. Asia,
okay.
forget Asia, forget East Asia, forget Southeast Asia, forget South Asia, forget it. You will not be like the airplanes, the trains, everything,
will
the
not be
beds. You will not be
comfortable.
comfortable. Take my word for this.
Do
It
you
is
remember our
not-
beds in China?
Yes, I remember our freaking beds in China.
Y'all, we stayed in China. We had a hotel room that was maybe the size of this library, which is not very big, for 4 people, and we had 2 twin size beds, but they weren't exactly like our twin size, like not an American standard twin. They were short and they were maybe slightly wider. No, so Caleb and I slept in one, and Mark and Liam slept in the other.
And we pushed them away from the wall about this far on each side, and we literally had about this much space between the 2 beds.
It was tight, y'all.
It was tight. It was tight. But
so
the best was that the bathroom had a window in it, so we could watch everybody pooping. That was
And you
fantastic.
couldn't close. There was no blinds
Hey, Brain and Carrie, hope you're doing well.
or anything.
Zomnex, thank you very much for the super chat. Hey, congrats. Any plans on coming to Michigan? Yes, actually, we've been talking to some friends of ours for we're going to Traverse City. I think it's Traverse City with Susie.
I don't know where we're going. We don't need to announce that.
Okay, sorry.
God.
We may
not sure.
or may
You don't
not
announce
be
stuff.
visiting Michigan.
No, Michigan, sure, but I don't know about
Yes.
the Traverse City part.
Yes, we're going to Michigan. There you go. We have that. That's all I'm at liberty to say, Zobnik. That's all I'm at liberty to say. Otherwise, I'll get hit.
What if it's Zabink?
Or what if it's Z? Then they have really good abs, and they're like, no kidding, because they don't.
Oh,
Ah.
it's pretty funny.
Yeah, thanks, M4 Streams. I appreciate it. Pixie Dust Traveler. I met her at Vid Summit. Well, Pixie Dust Traveler. She's been commenting for years on here. So we actually got to meet when we were in Dallas, Irving, for Vid Summit, which is a YouTube conference. And how do we get you on a speaking panel for Vid Summit? I've asked that myself. I've seen people on
Tell
like,
us if you
I'm
find
like,
out.
how did you? Like, it's not me. I'm like, how did you get on here? I'm like, oh, I just got on here. I'm like, that is a lie. Like, there is a way. Like, is there? Because like I've spoke at VidCon before, and VidCon had a hey, give your proposal for a talk, and what you want to focus on, and we'll let you know. And so I did a talk on building a business strategy for travel YouTubers. Right. So that was a good talk. We had all the stuff, panel, all kinds of things. Vid Summit, I have no idea. Because some of the people that have been on there are like, yeah, like I knew the guy, and so he said, come talk. I'm like, all right. So hopefully I'll be on there because I know Pixie Dust for Travel. We had a good time talking to everybody about ideas for traveling things. I like to do that because also I teach social media marketing for my day job. So that's like 2 things I really love. So let's see. Kim K, I love all your videos, and I also have a special place in my heart for the COVID live streams. It took longer to get to $1 million, but you kept us all going. Yeah, not quite at the $1 million yet. That would be cool. Like, I wish the internet money, it ain't $1 to that. But yeah, no, Kim, I still remember, I remember when COVID came and we started doing the live feeds. I'm like, I'm not putting out travel videos. This isn't right. And so we started doing the Whiskey Wednesdays, and then we do Saturday morning chats, and then like they would be like Wednesdays. We started like at 7 o'clock at night, 6 or 7 at night, and we go to like 2 in the morning. Like it would be like 6-7 hours of just talking. And we talk about travel, we talk about life, but for a lot of us, that was all we had. That was the only outlet we had. Like where we lived, there was like relatively new subdivision, so there wasn't a lot of houses there. And a lot of people, they kind of like lived, they became like really close with their cul-de-sac or their floor in their apartment building or whatever. We didn't have anybody. So like our only outlet was you all. And so we all were talking together. We had all these lives and stuff. And I still meet people that write us, say, hey, you know what, you got me through. And that's one of those powerful things. Like people talk about, you know, you impact people with YouTube and help people. I mean, we help people travel, and I love doing that. But when I know that we've helped people get through really tough times in their lives, like that hits you right here. So Kim, love you. And thank you for the super chat. Sue, don't worry, I got tons. We've got, well, I already have some of those. So there's York, Chester, London, and general England videos coming. Don'ts of Europe, British trains. I think, I don't know when that was coming out. That one, it's coming. It's already edited. It's already on. It's already like uploaded. I just don't know when it's going to pop out. There's Blaine from Rally Creative Travel. This is one of the ones I was talking about earlier. For other channels, we love helping out and love talking about and going on their live feeds and giving them a crap because that's what we do. Oh, I sounded. I love your Jamaica video from a few years back, and your awesome vibe got me hooked. Congrats on hitting million. Thank you, my friend. Like that's one of those things. Like I just love traveling. I love sharing. I love helping people. You know, and the thing is, when you go around, you'll find out you love places you didn't realize you're gonna love. Like Jamaica, I was like, it'll be fine. We went there, we loved it. Like Caleb was like, "Can we go back to Jamaica? Can we go back to Jamaica? Can we go back to Jamaica?" You know, and it's funny because like 2 people down from here is Bits of Ben from Liverpool. You know, people crap on Liverpool all the time in the UK. They're like, "Oh, Liverpool, you're gonna get robbed." Dude, the Liverpudlians, the Scousers, they are awesome. Like these are some of the funnest people I've met when I've traveled. Like I want to go back to Liverpool just to make more videos, just so I can like help promote tourism there because the city, it's gorgeous. Like there's so much great architecture that's there. Things you can do around there for day trips and all kinds of stuff. But it's not just the Beatles. People think, oh, Liverpool, it's the Beatles. Yeah, it's the Beatles, but there's so much more. So Bits of Ben, thank you, my Liverpudlian or Scouser, however you prefer. Let's see. Vacations to Toledo? Yes. Yes. I know that was not your. So Primetime Traveler. So my grandfather lived in Toledo. So literally every summer when I was a kid, we went to Toledo for vacation. So I spent a week in Toledo every summer. So my parents, it was more like this. There's 2 ways it would go. We go to Sandusky first, and we do Cedar Point and see some parents' friends. Then we go to Toledo and we stay there. Or my parents would meet my grandfather halfway. They drop me off, and I go stay with my grandpa for a week in Toledo. So yes, I spent a lot of time in Toledo. That's why I always appreciate Tommy Boy because it's set in Toledo. So your dad said you look like 68. Thanks, Pat. You know how to make me feel special. Well, my dad, he's kind of a player. He started at 11. Could be. So oh, let's see. So Sue wants to know, what are your travel plans for 2024? What location videos do best?
Dude, you haven't booked anything yet.
Yeah, they're done. Well, no, I have some stuff officially booked for 2024. I've got Finland and Germany. Yeah. Well, we don't just use Delta anymore, so that's one of those things. Yeah, heard that. Preach. So 2024, like I said, probably gonna have. Well, I know we have France, Germany, Finland, probably Italy. Turkey and Istanbul. We're debating if it's going to be Colombia and Chile, or just Colombia or just Chile. So either it'll be both of those or one of those. For one time, says Liam's always like, I want to go to Chile. I'm like, all right, that's what you want to do this year. So that's probably definitely going to happen. Colombia, debate. We have to look at our schedule, how those things are. And then Caleb, as he's getting older, he wants to go back down to Brazil with his buddy to see one of his old roommates. So his one buddy's down in Brazil. So we might be back down in Brazil as well. Let's see. He also wants to get a tattoo in Greece. So I'm like, well, you got to.
He really tried that this summer.
Yeah. The guy was like, dude, this tattoo he wants is going to take like a couple sessions. And Caleb's like, what? I'm like, yeah. It's like, well, let's go someplace else. I'm like, no. Go get a tattoo.
Pick the artist.
You pick the artist. You don't go, you don't just roll in like, hey. Quest with Trev and Lex. So congrats on the 1 million. Thank you very much. Have loved your videos for years. Any tips for aspiring travel YouTubers? Yes, Start making content. It won't be perfect at first.
Find
That's
your niche.
fine. That's fine. Yes,
you'll
find your
you'll
niche.
fall into your niche.
Yeah, and that's one of those things like what is important to you? What gets you to want to travel? What gets you doing things? Because there's a lot of people that will do like look at me do stuff, which is fine. You can do that. That's great. Instagram, TikTok kind of stuff. But if you want to be long term, I mean, or maybe you want to be short
Evergreen
term.
content.
Look for evergreen content. What is going to work? You notice I don't talk about videos and hotels in our videos. Sorry, I don't talk about restaurants or hotels because those change so fast. So I'll talk about the traditional food of a country. I'll talk about the culture stuff because that stuff doesn't change. The main museums, those things don't change. So if you watch a Walters World video from 10 years ago, it's actually still helpful. Whereas if you have people that do videos that are only about restaurants, those are really relevant for maybe a year or two. And then like how fast restaurants go out of business. So there's that. So
Or they change chefs or
Yeah.
owners or management. And those things, make a place that we thought was terrible great, or a place that we
And-
thought was amazing.
and that's
terrible.
happened. We've had places we loved and we went back. I'm like, oh. Like there's one place I try not to talk about restaurants, but I really love this restaurant. Talked about in one of our videos when we were here in the US, and it changed ownership and literally went out of business 3 months later. So I posted the video within 6 months, it was gone because the person sold it off, the new owner sucked, and I'm like, okay, that confirms why I don't do this.
So I wanted to put this on here. As a German, I felt respected all the way by your wonderful content. Please feel welcome to visit the old world a zillion times. So
ja, ich komme zurück.
That means
Nächsten
a-
Monat und dann nochmal im Sommer bin ich zurück.
that means a lot to me when somebody from a place that we have reviewed, when we've given stuff and that you feel respected, that means a lot to me. I think that we're doing it right, and thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh, Oz Fly Girl, good to see you. I haven't seen her forever.
No?
Hello, you wonderful, beautiful couple. Oh, she's wonderful, and beautiful. I'm just part of the couple. Thank you. See, you couldn't be you
Wonderful.
couldn't be a wonderful, beautiful couple without me, babe. You only be wonderful and beautiful.
Ah,
Sarah.
you're so funny.
Let's see. Oh,
Oh, somebody up there. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Mike.
oh, hey, Mike. Good to see you, man. Holland, Michigan for the tulip time. Yes, that is one of those things, and that's what I was like. Because next semester, because that's how my life works. I'm looking for some weekend trips I can go to for that. So that's actually what I'm looking at going to do. So you want to join me?
Are you inviting me?
I don't know. Do you want to go with me?
I always want to go.
Well,
with
then there you go.
you, unless I don't want to go with you.
So is there snow or cold weather during tulip time? No, not at that time in Michigan. Thank you. So maybe you can't go.
99% of the time I want to go with you, unless it's girls trip.
Yes, and I don't want
I've
to be
had
part
a
of that.
couple of girls trips recently, and they were really fun.
So Pixie does. Oh, social media marketing. You have a link for that. Actually, if you go to professorwalters.com, I have all my classes on there. So you can do my principles of marketing class, my advanced marketing management course, my social media marketing course. I have all the links to the videos there, and you can watch the videos that teach you all these things. I have tons there. Or go to Professor Walters on YouTube, and I have a playlist for like basically you want to start a YouTube channel. I have all kinds of videos helping you develop one, so that can help out.
This is funny.
Brian Smith Law is back. Whiskey Wednesdays were back when I could get Frank into bed before the chats.
So Whiskey Wednesdays during COVID were like our lifeline, and so many other people's lifelines. We just we opened up a place where people could talk and be friends and be positive. There was no negativity because the world is negative anyway. But Lord have mercy, was it ever negative then? And Franklin was just a wee tyke back then.
Frank wasn't even born. He was then.
He was. But he was just a wee little tyke. Oh, goodness. And this, Tom, just, restating it, Yins were my COVID quarantine outlet as well. We must be a little behind because it's saying all this stuff about that. I feel like we didn't talk about COVID for a while, but gosh. Oh, wait, hold up. Look at this. Kathy Walters. Good evening, all. Congratulations, Mark. Your mama loves you. Okay, Kath, hang on. All right, this is for my mother-in-law. She's kind of amazing, and she's been part of a gajillion videos and even more of our travels. So that's what it looks like, Kath. You'll get to see it in person soon, I'm sure. Woo, it's hard to. There we go. Yay. Okay. I'm gonna put that over there.
I will.
He really loves it, y'all.
That's
So
cool.
cute.
I feel it, but that's cool.
So
That is cool.
cute.
I don't think I'll be alive for the 10 million one, but you know.
Is that the next one, 10 million?
Yes, next
I was
10
trying to
million.
describe that earlier.
So
and I was like,
there's
I don't remember.
so there's
the numbers.
100,000, 1 million, 10 million, 50 million, 100 million.
I'm good with a million.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Like if we can get like Professor Walters and Walters World Eats to 100,000, I think those channels I would consider that a great success.
I think so too.
Because those are both channels that are relatively new. So like for those of my Professor Walters videos, I actually had them on here on Walters World. They've got like some of them have like 500,000 views. It's incredible for like teaching marketing and business stuff. And so I was like, okay, we got to put it on my another channel. So I started making new videos, put it on there. So there's professors around the world that use my videos for my teaching classes to help in other classes. So I'll go around.
Cool.
So it's like I can always tell there's 4 times a year I get lots of comments and emails. Finals for fall semester, finals for spring semester, and then midterms for spring and midterms for fall. And I'll get these things. Thank you, professor. I did not understand what my professor said, so I watched your videos to help me out. I'm like, you're welcome. And then I'll have my old students that'll write me. They're doing like their MBAs. I had one. They go to Rice in Houston, and they're like, Professor Walters, you won't believe it. They're showing your videos in my class, my MBA program. I'm like, awesome. And then I'll be like, dude, my teacher showed your class in junior high. I'm like, wait, so they use the same video in junior high as an MBA program? I don't know.
Hey, you know what that means? That means those kids,
we can help everyone.
No, you're teaching usually bachelor students, but your stuff is those people who are using it for junior high, high school. Kudos to those teachers for stepping up the game, man.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing.
That's amazing.
I mean, I try. That's one thing I feel bad that now a lot of times I'll talk about alcohol, like oh, this is a pot. Like I have a video. The Eats of Baltimore is coming out not Sunday, but next Sunday. And I talk about Natty Boh, which is it's a popular beer there. I'm like, I feel bad talking about alcohol because then some schools can't show it because I mentioned alcohol. But if you're a traveler going there, it's something you need to know about.
You need to know it.
So I'm like, I feel bad because
That's your priority.
For those who know, I actually speak to a number of schools, colleges, professional organizations, chamber of commerces. I do all kinds of talks.
How about that one is it New Jersey that you've
New Jersey.
Years.
Like 8 years. Like I'm like, no, she didn't do it last year. I was like,
I know.
I wrote my Kathy,
This
you
spring.
okay? She was on sabbatical.
Yeah.
So what on sabbatical? She was on sabbatical. So hopefully I'll be back. So Kathy, if you're watching this in New Jersey, her students were cool. So Jim and Harriet, thank you very much. Have you or will be going to Laos? Yeah, I'll be there. Hopefully you'll come with me for a bit.
Yeah.
For that.
We definitely want to go that way.
But it won't be in
When-
April. It'll be later in the year.
Has a festival. We were invited to a festival that happens for 3 days from April 14th to 16th. Why would you not go? Other than the puppy, I think that you absolutely should do it. And especially if you are going with people who already know the place, that's even better. I love to travel with people. If it's my first time to a place and we're going with somebody that knows it, that's huge.
So Pixie Dust Traveler, yes. What you're talking about next year, yes, I will be there. So Donovan, Chile, Valparaiso, yes, we'll be going there. So there's no know. So when you go to Chile, you got like 3 big regions. You got Santiago. And in Santiago, it's really easy to go to Valparaiso and Vina del Mar. So Vina del Mar is on the coast, Valparaiso is another city that's really fun. And Santiago, like those are easy to do for like day trips from Santiago. No problem at all. Then you got to choose. You want to go north, the Atacama Desert. There's La Calama on the coast. Then you go up in there, and then you go to like into Bolivia, when we're going to Colorado, and the Salt Flats of Uyuni.
I want to see those.
So I think that's what we're probably going to do for spring. Well, when we go, and then or you go south and you go down into Patagonia, where you literally cross the borders over.
And I want to fish Patagonia. Oh my gosh, I want to fish Patagonia.
Call Joe.
I know. So a friend of ours from high school, Big Sky Anglers in West Yellowstone, has this fishing company. That's what they do, Big Sky Anglers. And Caleb and I went and did fly fishing when we were up there, and we were actually in Idaho where we fished just across the border. But they do a thing in Patagonia too in the off season. Man, I want to go do that so much.
Yeah. So Aussie born and bred, as someone that I was an exchange student there back way back.
That's how we met. That was like right
Yeah,
before we
well,
met.
she hated me because I faked an Australian accent with her, but it was good enough she remembered me. But she knew it wasn't real, but she wasn't sure. She still thought of me
Here
every
we are.
time she heard an Australian accent.
It's true.
So, so quick question. How many languages do you speak? If you give me a week in the country, I would feel comfortable teaching in English, Spanish, Portuguese, and German.
Not
Uh,
Italian.
Italian,
If he has a few beers, he's great at
yeah, it'd be
Italian.
fine. I mean, that would
Like
be fine.
Nando was like, "You're speaking so fluently."
Yeah. Well, honestly, so I was when I was in Italy, I had so many Italian friends, I felt obligated to learn it, and so I took like a 2-week intensive course. But the thing is, usually it's in a group, but no one else is there, so we did like the equivalent of 4 college semesters in 2 weeks and learned Italian.
And it was just you.
It was just me, and the guy, and I was like, no, and the guy's like, he's like, look, you're fantastic, man, it's perfect, but you cannot use that accent. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, no, you sound too Italian. You can't. I'm like, but this is how they like. I was like doing the over the top.
The inflection. Is
Yeah.
the thing.
Yeah, and yeah, but like, he's like, no, you are
You
not
have to say
Italian.
aranciata.
Yeah, you're Italian. You're not Italian. You cannot do that. And so like he's like, so he was like holding me back. He's like, you can't do that. I'm like, but you said it's great. No, it's perfect. You sound like one of us, but you're not allowed to sound like one of us. So that's one. I could be a good tourist,
he was
and I
just
think
a crappy teacher.
No,
If
no,
your accent is that good.
he was a good guy.
You should
No.
run with it.
No, it was like I was trying to almost sound like a Bugs Bunny cartoon version of Italian, but it was like he's like, dude, this is exactly right, but you can't do that. It's like if someone like was learning English and they went for a super Southern drawl, like yes, that's exactly a Southern drawl, but you can't do that.
So Mark has forgotten more languages than most of us have ever learned. And my husband, I'm going to brag on you. You have a gift. It is a God-given gift. He can learn a language. I mean, I left him for a day while I went hiking in the mountains.
It was 2. It was 2 days.
Well, okay, parts of 2 days. Did you just eat that off a knife?
Yes, because I'm awesome.
Okay,
I've been drinking.
Anyway,
I've been drinking for a long time, but I'm drinking today.
I left him, and he was there with our kumbadi, and what, he was like 70 something back then, maybe 80.
Man, he was probably late 70s. She was probably early 70s.
And she doesn't speak a word of English.
I spoke
He has
no
about
Greek, but
5 words.
I learned enough Greek with them that I didn't speak it when she was around because she would do bad.
I was like mortified that I'm half Greek, and I've been raised hearing the language, and he knows more than I do. He's really good. Like, I love to go to France with you because Mark will say, he's a really good tourist in French. And my French consists of je ne pas
Because I can eat every croissant out there. You can't stop me.
But after like a week or 2, you're like hearing it and saying things, and I'm just blown away.
Well,
And
it's
I'm
just a language.
around you, I know, but the rest of us can't say
I think
that.
she's been drinking. See, my mom says thanks for waiting because we did wait for you, Mom. We actually said that like at 7:30. Like,
Hey, Allison.
Oh, Allison, what's up? Super travel girl.
Yeah, it's nice to see you.
Thank you. Granted, I don't know. It doesn't say when you actually posted that, so I don't know. It's been a while.
Look at that, Reggie and her
Reggie
man.
Man. Yeah, Reggie Man. They've been asking for a while. I forgot to say hi earlier, Reggie. I'm sorry.
I didn't see it. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. It's hard sometimes.
So Mallorca, okay, so you've got to go away from the cities because you actually can still see some actual Spanish culture in Mallorca. But just know that you might hear a lot of
It's
Deutsch.
a party.
It's a party place, but a lot of Germans retire there. They call it the 17. Bundesland, which is the 17th German state because so many people moved down there. So just FYI. Oh! Guess username. That is a fantastic thing. Hey, Mark, congrats. Thank you very much. I leave for Cotswold on Wednesday. Any suggestions?
Take your time.
Yes.
Dude, absorb it. Do not try to rush it. And if you get stuck in a village that you were in love with, stay there. It's okay because you don't have to like push through.
Yeah.
Like, just love it.
Get get the National Trust pass, so then you can just like do that for. They have like a week-long one. You can do this all that stuff.
So on either side of the Cotswolds, this is what I like to do. I have a very good friend who lives in Brighton, and so like Brighton to Cotswolds to Bath, and if you can manage that, oh, it's amazing. What does it say? Don't
forget
forget
the hands. Hands. Oh, La Lita Loca! Congrats, you guys. Very inspiring. Thanks for showing us your travels.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm going to tell you all right now. If you
Cruising.
want to know anything about any travel stuff, if you're coming from the U.S., you're going to travel to Caribbean, you're going to go to Europe, you're going to go around the world, whatever. La Lita Loca, this is the channel you have to follow. What's cool is, is it every day? It's almost like every day he puts out a video
It's
on
pretty damn
cruise
regular.
news, and sometimes it's hilarious, like the people that get left behind or the crazy stuff that's out there or anything. This is the one channel you have to like. And then there's another Gary Bembridge is also fantastic, but like Gary Bembridge and La Lita Loca, the best cruise channels ever. I suck at cruising. This is the channel you want to go to, because honestly, and the thing is, it's a couple. They're fantastic. Like they're freaking hilarious when they start going and everything. Hey, buddy, and I follow you on your other channel too. You know that, so you know I love you, and I'm glad you're doing good, buddy. Hope everything's good. But yeah. So cruise news. Go to La Lita Loca. You will get a lot more better information than you will from me, because you know me, I'm not a big cruiser. So there's that. But Tony for Cruise News. There you go. Great and a good guy. We actually were at a conference together years ago, and just really hit it off. And just a good dude. Just a freaking good dude.
Hi, Tom.
Henry Cavill, Superman.
What?
Oh my god!
And we got a super sticker.
A superhero.
See the sticker because
we're using StreamYard. They know it shows that. Thank you, Henry. We appreciate it. What?
Henry Cavill, doesn't he host some kind of TV show?
That's the guy that plays Superman.
Yeah, but
in
what's
Milwaukee.
the guy? Isn't there somebody named Cavill that
That's
just like
Hank Green.
No, that like yells a lot on the TV? Named Cavill? Like political yelling?
I don't do politics.
I know, I don't either, because I feel like there's somebody. I don't know those things.
But Henry Cavill. We have one other fan that is Henry Cavill, superstar, Superman here. If you're not, sorry, Henry, I'm sure
I
you
went
get that
off
crap.
on a rabbit.
No, my luck. I tell you the wrong name. But Gaffigan, Jim Gaffigan,
Yes.
who's a comedian originally from Indiana, lives in New York now. He was doing stuff during COVID, and I wrote like on one of his live feeds because they were raising money for St. Jude or something. And he's like, "Oh, Walter's World, yeah, I used your videos. I was traveling in Europe." And I'm like, "Holy crap!" So he knew who I was. I was like, "Oh my god,
Oh, crap.
somebody real
Gaffigan
actually."
knows who you
So
are.
it was pretty cool. Awesome. Yeah, Nora, you won't go wrong. Check out, La Lita Loca for some good tips. Okay. Oh, Ian, thank you very much. I appreciate it. So but like I was gonna show.
Did we do that one?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
We showed it.
We didn't.
So Paul
answer
Carl
it.
was with
Sorry,
family travel.
and thank you.
Yes, thank you for the super chat. Would family travel be different with daughters? No.
No. Well, as a woman,
Instead of all the testosterone, it'd be all the estrogen.
as a woman, I'm just going to explain this to you, and you already know it. You need to get in the shower first, because there will be no hot water for you.
Your poor dad. Tell him
Also-
about your poor dad. Tell him about your dad.
So my dad has 3 daughters and a wife, and he every time we moved into a new house, he put in a second hot water heater. It didn't matter.
Because
He never had hot water. for the
exactly.
shower. My poor dad. But anyway,
That's why I have a shower in my own office, because I'm like, I'm not taking a chance.
So also, let's just, I'm one person. I don't shower that long. I'm fast. I'm ready in under an hour.
Just in case.
Yeah, what, if I have to shave my legs 4 times? Okay. So
I
anyway,
don't know.
Paul, I don't know how old your daughters are, but I'm going to put this out there for your daughters, and also for all the women watching. Women's health is different outside the United States. There are like 2 kinds of tampons. There's Tampax and there's OB, and that's just about it. So if they don't like that, they need to bring that from home. They do have cups and they do have pads. but it's like a wall of pads and like 2 boxes of tampons. In the States, we're kind of the opposite. It's like wall of tampons and like 2 boxes of pads.
Yeah, it's like
So-
Buc-ee's with beef jerky.
Okay, let's just manify that. So anyway,
You know me, I like to mansplain because I'm a dumbass. I'm sorry.
I love you so much. So, women's health wise, I do have a couple of videos on that, but basically, what I've just told you is what you need to know if they are of that age. So, there you go.
Oh, here's Reggie's post about this.
Okay.
So, past 4 years, visited our daughter and son-in-law in Germany, Frankfurt, Freiburg. Awesome. Both
Love
places great.
Freiburg.
Freiburg's
so
great.
much.
Frankfurt's so- But I'll be back in Frankfurt filming this year or next year.
Oh,
Now that
we're
we're going to
like-
Mallorca, can't wait to explore that. Yeah. So one thing I would say, Reggie, man, if you're going to be going, you're going to fly into normal, like Barcelona, Madrid, Malaga, explore around there, and then go fly and see them, and then head out. What's cool is if you're going to stay with them, let's say you fly to Mallorca. If you're there in season, so we're talking like late May through like September, you can use Mallorca to fly different parts around Europe because it's a very popular destination, especially for like Scandinavia and Germans and the English. They fly
cold
down.
weather places.
Yeah, cold
they
weather
all
places.
go to Mallorca.
So there is that.
There's so
So
many
many-
things.
We missed so many. Sorry.
I feel like we have been very bad on the live stream
Thank you,
chatty
Jen.
chats.
Well, we're out of practice.
I know.
We're
Well,
out
you
of
know, we used to be really good at this.
I know. Well, back in the day, like we had our own little setup. We'd sit at the couch. We'd have the thing there. Be set up.
Like
We
it?
could talk. And then I used to have I had a camera that I could set up. Like now we're using the computer all the time. We used to have like a camera up here. We could talk. We could glance down. We could do things, and we could show our
I love you too.
gold play budget. Yeah.
God, did you feed the dog cheese? Or is that just his mouth?
No.
The dog kissed me.
Well, he loves you.
Here, smell my chin. It smells like cheese.
That smells like Manchego.
I'm
And we don't even have Manchego, Brig. Where'd you get
I'm pretty
Manchego? You could have told me, Brig.
I don't want to know
Oh,
what he
now
was
he's
just licking
now he's coming
before
over
he
here.
licked my
Now
face.
he's coming over here. Now he's coming over here.
You're a naughty pooch.
So Leslie says Jocelyn video unpacking carry-on bag was priceless. I now roll all my clothes. The rest of your info is priceless too, Mark. Thank you. I
Thanks,
appreciate that.
Leslie.
Ooh, WD's in Paros. Nice. Nice. I'm glad you're here. I appreciate it. It's kind of late
So,
or it's early.
I feel sorry for Paros because it was just named as one of the best places to visit in Greece, and now they're screwed. They're going to be
Yeah,
like
you're gonna-
inundated, and they're not going to be ready. They're going to be like, "Oh God, there's like a gajillion people."
So this is what was crazy. So this summer we were in Crete, and Crete's usually very popular, but our friends that run a bunch of Airbnbs there,
They're Italian.
they're Italian, and they run. I mean, they're not all Airbnbs, but like apartment rentals and stuff.
Vacations.
They're like, we have no one here. Like we're literally, instead of staying through October, we're thinking about going home back to Italy in September because there's nobody coming here. I'm like, but the Athens and Santorini, and they're like, and Mykonos, are like, yeah, they're packed
Jam-packed.
because those are the 3 places that the influencers go to. And that's one thing that we really try to give people a lot more ideas. Like I know we do a lot of big cities again and again, but we try to give a lot of other information so people go explore more in the culture and go
Like-
explore the places.
Not Leo.
Yeah, like Naflio, fantastic place to go. It's gonna
Don't
be you.
share with too many people because
Yeah.
I don't want it to get ruined. But it is one of the best places
Yeah.
in Greece to go,
Yeah,
and it's a great place to like see, the Peloponnese region from. Really, because
exactly. 'Cause we use that as a base multiple times
yeah,
to go out, and and it's funny because people are like, well, the influencers. I'm like, well, no, the influencers are doing what they're supposed to do. Like they're getting people.
they're
to go places.
influencing.
They're influencing.
So
They're not giving a lot of helpful information, or they're giving a couple tips, but you can actually but I gotta give it to them. Like they inspire people, and that's what I love about them because they help people find new destinations. But the problem is everything is kind of funneled, and so that's why it's Mykonos, Santorini, and Athens, and you're like,
Well,
and
and
Crete's empty.
when you click on it, you get into the what do you
Yeah.
call that thing?
The algorithm?
echo chamber.
Echo chamber, yeah.
Sometimes that's all you end up getting afterwards. So
Mhm.
Chris Bates, thank you
Chris!
so much. And
What's up, buddy?
Chris, I think is home, but Chris
Yeah, he was just over there.
just had a great trip to Japan and beautiful things. And y'all, Japan, ding dang dong. Let me tell you about this. If you can fly from MSP from Minneapolis, St. Paul, thank you. Look at that.
42 months. I can't even count that.
You
high.
sweet man. It's almost 5 years. So,
Almost 4 years. That's 3.5 years.
but whatever. 60 months is 5 years. It's almost 5 years.
Exactly. It works for me. Chris has been so helpful and so friendly. We're going to stay at 60 months. You're the man, Chris. Thanks, buddy.
I want to talk about this though, really quick.
Okay.
MSP, DTW, Minneapolis, St. Paul, and
Red chair's in
and
the other room now.
DTW.
ETW?
Detroit. I couldn't think of the
Detroit,
real word.
Fort Wayne?
Yeah. So anyway, you can get some really inexpensive flights to Haneda, to Japan, and like they're direct flights. And oh my gosh, that's what we did. What? Why are you pointing?
No, nothing.
Mhm.
You want to let the dog out since you got me packed and he's barking?
Yes.
Yeah. No. Chris. Yes, if you want to get the shirt that says "Shut Up, Mark," you can go to the link down below. You can get that. Get our million. Oh, this is the shirt and the million sub morning. I don't know if you can see it. We got that. Break. She got the door for you.
He was barking at a tennis ball, not the door.
Oh. So Jen, follow Mark and Johnson's guides on packing a carry-on and pack my 17-year-old for a week in Japan, including two pairs of size.
Those are big feet.
What kind of? How did you do that? Because I can't imagine.
17.
I can't imagine. First off, a 17-year-old's shoes.
He may
gross.
still be growing.
17-year-old shoes are stinky ass.
Oh, Mark.
Ugh.
So I'm so glad that we were helpful.
Yeah. Thank you, Linda. I appreciate it.
Okay, it was
So, Linda,
stinky.
I have not.
Frickin'
No,
twice.
I haven't flown direct to New Zealand. I have flown direct to Australia. That was a long.
You're gonna have to sedate me for that one.
Yeah, that's
Actually, that's when we'll get to the Falklands because
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna have to be like dip, dip, dip. We're gonna bounce around.
Falklands is
I know,
here.
and then we're
Like,
gonna.
you're not, there's a whole continent of South America between
There's
us.
a whole dip of islands right along that bottom right there. What's the other one's called? About the guy's name?
Okay,
Let me
So,
go look at a map.
here's South America. For those of you who don't know, I have to do this backwards because you're watching online. You have South America here, and Europe's over here, and the Falklands or Malvinas are here, and
What are the ones in the South Indian
Pacific
Ocean?
is- Maldives. Maldives are like
No, Tristan. Okay, so here's the Falklands, and then Tristan da Cunha, and then there's those ones, and their guy's name. Shut up. Just shut up, Mark. I love you.
I didn't
so
say
much. You're
anything.
my favorite husband ever.
The Galapagos, Easter Island.
No, God bless America. Way down south. Somebody out there knows what I'm talking about.
How to rub. I remember this. I love this couple. Last time I commented on their video, I told them that items were moving by themselves in the background. I was there with them. I remember that. I remember that. Like, that's one of those things. We don't get so like we get something like I don't know 1,000, like just
You're awesome.
lots of comments every day and every month and everything. But sometimes they like, but YouTube doesn't tell me everything. So the YouTube will give me like, oh, this person commented 6 months ago. I'm like, I feel like we would have had comments since then. And like I
Cook, Lori, the Cook Islands. Okay.
oh yeah, that's yeah, okay. That's okay, yes.
Shut up, Mark.
Yes, thank you, Lori.
Dude, see, it's a guy's name.
Yes,
What are
Cook.
you doing?
Sandwich Islands.
I haven't
Mm.
drank in a really long time. I've had like 3 days.
Wait, it's been you drank like 3 minutes ago.
My third.
Ooh, Roma December, any Christmassy shops you recommend? So there's not a lot of Christmas shops in Italy. That's one of those things. What I would recommend, if you do see any Christmas themed things, grab it. Like for example, I mean this is in Rome, but in Portugal, they have a very specific Christmas flag that people hang out of their houses.
No, Bricky dear.
Which with Mary,
Maria.
and
Maria.
Jesus, and like that's one thing you only get at Christmas time. Like that's where you can find some really special stuff, and that's one thing I always tell people is like go and travel, and you might see things that you want to bring into your home. Whether it's
Like everything in our house.
like literally,
No, I mean truly, like every piece of artwork in this house. See, there's a butterfly right there above Mark's head. Ooh, ooh. Who was it that was going in the Netherlands? I bought that at this really cool place in the Netherlands. I'll tell you about it. Jen Davis. Yes, I just said God bless America as an exclamation. And I'm glad you do too. Sometimes I also like to say son of a biscuit. That's another one that I really enjoy. When you live in the South, you learn all sorts of creative ways of cussing, but without cussing.
Time for
a
kiss.
kid.
Remember when there was actually a person that commented all the time and they actually were at, their name was Time for a Kiss?
Yeah.
I haven't seen them forever.
But I feel like Reggie and her man and Time for a Kiss were like,
At the same period.
yes, it was during COVID. Okay, whatever, kiss me. Shut up and kiss me. I love you.
I love you too. Oh, so Chris was there. We were in Rome last
like
Christmas.
Jack
It was so crowded. Milan had nice Christmas markets. Yeah, that's true. Actually, one year we were in Vicenza for Christmas, and in the north, and they had the lights were all up. They also had Christmas markets. You had the hot wine and stuff. You had that too. It wasn't as crazy as like the Christmas markets in Germany and Austria, but it's still pretty good in the northern part. So that was nice. Rome, it's really warm.
Speaking of my
Comments on Christmas markets. Go. But remember, so we have all kinds of videos on Christmas markets. They'll probably start popping up on your
like a
feed pretty soon.
gajillion of them.
But one thing I got to tell people, a lot of people think like in the US we start Christmas stuff like, oh, we start like in July, and then it goes through like
September. It's
January.
really raging.
Yeah, it's raging. Yeah, like today we were at the store and we're like, oh look, Christmas, everything. Liam got Little Debbie's Christmas cakes.
I was like, no, put that crap back.
So here's the thing. You have
He bought it anyway.
Yes.
He bought it for him, not me.
Well, he doesn't have any money.
It's Christmas stuff. It's October.
We don't know when Jesus' birthday was. It might have been today.
We kind of have an idea based upon the time of
In October it's cold. Anyway, we are commenting on Christmas markets. Thank you very much.
So much.
Anyway, one of the things I want to tell people, if you're going to smaller towns, a lot of they're done the 23rd. Like I know a lot of people are like, oh, kids will finish school, then we'll head over to Europe, we'll go to the Christmas markets. Unless you're in big cities like Frankfurt, Munich, Berlin, Prague, London, a lot of the Christmas market stuff disappears. And like in Germany, I lived there for a number of years. And it was like because they have the 24th is a holiday, the 25th is a holiday, and the 26th. So the 27th, when you go
taken down.
27th, you want to go see stuff, it's already gone. Like the 23rd, it closes, we're done, gone, bye. So do be aware of that.
Okay, Brigadier, you're gonna have to go in your room.
I like Michael's. Traveling is going to be my second home. That's the way.
Mm.
Oh my God, Lee Bridges.
Hey,
What up, Lee? Do you want
really late. It's been hot here. Good Lord, honey. I wish I
Same
were
here.
there.
I stayed here for a memorable Christmas with friends. Wonderful. So Lee is fantastic. She is a fencer extraordinaire in LA. She's awesome. I met her and her hubby. It's been a couple of years now,
2
but
years, I think.
she's awesome. She you meet people who are like, damn, they're cool. They're too cool to talk to me. That's Lee. She's too. I don't know why she talked to me because she was way too cool. So, okay, now in the States, what would you expect to see for a winter market? So, in some cities they have, especially they have German heritage. Chicago has a small. So Chicago of 8 million people has the size of Christmas market of a town of like 20,000. Okay, just give you an idea. But people go there and they flock in the weekends. Carmel, Indiana has a good one. But there's a lot. There's like basically hot wine. Hot. It's not just wine that's hot, but a hot wine. It's a flavored wine, a mulled wine. The pretzels, the cookies, like the gingerbread cookies and stuff, you're going to have that. Big bratwurst. So good times. Yeah, Mark Finley says, we like the smaller markets of Rothenburg more than Nuremberg. Yeah, Nuremberg is like the capital of the Christmas markets in Germany, and it gets so packed at Christmas time. What? Fredericksburg, Texas. Oh yeah, Fredericksburg, Texas. If you're in Texas, you can go to Fredericksburg. They have a lot of Christmas
Georgia.
markets.
Those would be two good places to go
Helen, Georgia.
See a really good Christmas market in the U.S.
See, Mark Finley,
Well,
Thanksgiving in Fredericksburg.
So Fredericksburg, just the entire town feels very Christmassy. I don't know that the market was, but we were there pretty early. I don't know that the market was.
It was Thanksgiving week. It was my birthday, the 21st.
Yeah.
So
I don't think they have.
So Jim and Harriet, I have a question, Johnson.
Were you stealing my wine?
No, I was moving it so I could go
I
get
missed
some other
you.
stuff so I can go.
We miss you cooking and drink mixing on Simply Jocelyn. Okay, so I'm sorry. Okay, here's what happens when I cook and drink. One, my best friend Sandra and I make drinks together, and one time we made 52 drinks
In 3 days.
and we sip every damn one of them because I have to, and then I get drunk.
It was the best part is like her and Sandra would taste the drinks. If they really liked it, they drink it all. The ones they weren't really happy with, like, oh, Mark,
We send
Mark,
them on to
come
Mark and
try
Charlie.
this one. I'm like, this one's trash. Well, you got to drink it because we're not drinking that one. So we didn't find out until like when I sent off the thing, like we're getting everything edited. I'm like, wait, I didn't try that one. And they're like, this is amazing. I'm like, you.
Well, also,
bastards.
if you really pay attention, you can tell the ones that we were slightly more intoxicated.
Let's put it this way. There's videos that we were editing. I'm like, we can't show this. Like, you are too drunk. Like, I was like, your butt, you were like hammered.
So, and then there's the cooking. Here's the thing. I'm going to be really, really honest with you. You know, we're all about honest travel. Here's honesty in life. It's really hard to cook something with somebody standing over your shoulder with a camera because you've got to move and things are going to burn. And, you know, you've got to, timeliness is really hard. I don't understand how TV people do that. Like, I don't know. They have a crew. Well, that's what they
Well,
they
they
have
also
a crew.
they eat cold food.
Well, there's
They
that
cold
too.
food.
So Alton Brown, Jacques Pepin, you know, all of these people that I look up to as chefs and you know, creators in a kitchen, I can't do it. I don't have what they have. So okay.
Yeah. So Lee has a good point about the Olympics next year in Paris. Travel for Summer Olympics in Paris 2024. The event tickets are basically sold out. Avoid scalpers, but if you show up, you might be able to find certain tickets last minute. This is true. And this is at all big events. You want to go to World Cup. You want to go to the Super Bowl. You want to go to a baseball game. You want to go to anything. This is a very true in all aspects.
Frankenmuth, Michigan.
Yes.
Mark Finley just said that. And
Yeah.
He is very right.
Aren't you going there this year, Mark? You were there last year.
I don't know. Well, he didn't stop by last year, and Michigan's sort of on the way.
It's on the way. Yeah, because he went by this year, but we were gone.
Yeah. Christmas in the Philippines starts October 1, or in October. I don't know what that means, Chris, but
I mean,
in October.
Chris has been drinking, and he's been in Japan for the last few weeks. So
He's been drinking. I think it's just the jet lag.
okay.
That's what I think. Yep. Mm-hmm.
As a Frankfurt local resident, please reach out to me for giving you an inside tour of my hometown. I'm going to be there. I'm actually picking my mom up there next spring. So I'll be filming there. So
Might could.
DM me on Instagram, Facebook, whatever, at Walter's World. We'll figure something out. So nice. Thank you. See, Grace is ready to decorate for Christmas. You'll never guess what I'm going to be for Halloween. They put the Christmas lights on our house already. Because I am not going to fall to my death putting up Christmas lights.
So we have a
friend of mine
a friend that does it.
Yeah, we have a friend who does it. Then also have a friend who's died because of it. So like that's I'm like, yeah.
So the guy that does he puts up Christmas lights. Well, I've gotten to know him. I wouldn't say he's a friend, but
Yeah.
we've gotten to know him. And we were one of his first customers when he started this business because we were both like, yeah, neither of us is good. Like we don't have the wherewithal to climb up on the roof and do that. So he puts up our Christmas lights and he's like, I want to make sure that yours get up, blah, 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 blah. And I'm really packed. So they're going to be up early, like maybe mid-October. Mark was out of town. I got home on like October 1st and there are already Christmas lights in our house. So for Halloween, we dress up when kids come to the door. We are dressed up. And this year, Mark is going to be
The Grinch.
as Santa. And I am going to be
The which version of Cindy Lou Who?
so I'm going to like kind of paint my face like greenish, grayish,
But she's
whatever.
got the hair, the wig, and everything.
I got a wig.
I have the full suit, but I don't want to scare the children, so I don't have a mask. So we're going to paint my face.
Yeah.
going with it.
Skin painting.
And
We'll both be a little grand and creepy.
yeah, so it'll be a little bit Halloweeny and stuff.
We'll have our Christmas lights on and maybe some like skeletons electrocuting themselves while they try to hang Christmas lights. That's the idea.
Yes.
So
And of course,
Christmas and Halloween.
And we are the good people because we give the full size candy bars out. It's the best plan to keep your house from getting TP'd and destroyed by the local kids because no one messes with the house that gives out the full size candy bar. And last year I found out that nobody in our neighborhood gives out full size candy bars. So the problem was by like the last half hour of the night, all the teenagers were coming to get the full size bars. I'm like, we're getting low. Oh, it's done. We're out. Okay, we had like what 3 left at the end. Yeah, so
Yeah, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Even the kids that came 2 or 3 times, I'm totally cool with
we
that.
had one kid.
I don't want that
There's
candy in
one
my
kid
house.
like I
no.
have the bowl. He'd like sneak on the side door and then like grab in and run. I'm like, dude, I'll give you what you want, man. Like, all right. Like, why'd you keep going around? Like the kids were like, I'm like, dude, he wants big bars. It's fine. It's fine.
Whoa, hold up. John, what does this mean?
I just from Bamberg. I love Bamberg. We'll be there. I'll be there this year in Bavaria.
Do not eat the
I will
skin on the vice first.
Clear up the question. Do not eat the skin on the vice first. Opted for the Silvana instead of rock beer. Silvana's nice too. I like rock beer. Rock beer. So for those who don't know, Bamberg is a city in Bavaria, Franken, the northern part of Bavaria, and they're famous for their smoked beer, which basically tastes like bacon or pork rind beer. First time you have it is gross, and then when you drink it, by the halfway through, you're like, I end up loving it. You love or hate it. It's one of those things.
I don't
But they're also-
understand the skin on the vice first.
They're famous for the white sausages because it's made with the intestine. And traditionally speaking, you can't eat vice versa white sausages after about 11 o'clock or noon because the casing they use is the natural casing, and therefore it goes bad. And that's why you're not supposed to do that. Now, these days, there's a whole EU regulation stuff, so it's not really a big issue. But John is not wrong in saying that, oh, don't eat the skin. Well, you can eat the skin if it's in the morning. If you don't like it, you don't have to.
I haven't had an issue with it, and I
Yeah.
usually don't like that. Like in Lithuania, they have
No, that's a whole don't
potatoes,
Yeah, potatoes in, poo poo out.
but they don't say poo poo. They say the other word.
Yes, with an S and an H and a T and something else. Exclamation point upside down.
And that actually tastes like caca. Like it tastes like intestines.
Yeah. No, it doesn't. It tastes like poop.
I know. Well, I mean,
Intestines would
that
be a
weren't
compliment.
rinsed.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Kathy, what are you afraid of?
She said, I think I need to do a live on Halloween the night before.
Nobody needs
Oh,
to
no,
see
I
that.
didn't- no, it's not. I know. I'm trying to figure out how we're
We'll
going to
take
play.
a picture. We'll send it to you.
We'll
but,
send you like, hey, there you go.
no live. No, nobody
Yeah,
sees that.
No, we got,
Although I think I'm gonna make Jello shots for the adults. Come
Yeah.
on.
because like here's the thing is like in the early evening, because like in our neighborhood, they only have like 2 hours, or is it 2 or 3? It's 2 or 3 hours. But like early, it's like the mom or the dad is taking like the little like 1 or 2 year old around, and they're just so cute.
The
You're like,
tiny.
oh my god, you're so cute. Take whatever you want. Like this little girl, she's like, I'll just take this little like, okay, you do that. I want to give you the entire range of candy.
Mark's like, here, have one of everything.
Yeah, because they're
And
so
also,
adorable.
she's 2 or 3 and can't.
She can't eat it, so I know
Eat
the
it.
parents get whatever. But then, like, the mom's there, she's like, and it's so cute. The parents like, okay, now say trick or treat. She's like, twig, twig. I'm like, oh my god, take everything. And so this year we want to be like, for those
So
parents,
ridiculous.
that bring the little ones, and like, you know what, you deserve the liquor too. So we're
Mhm.
gonna get them some.
Just because those kids are going to bed by like 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
So
So,
we're gonna hand mom and dad a little treat.
Mhm.
Like Margaret.
and I don't have to
shot.
teach the next day, so I have to teaching class that day on the 31st, but the first I do not. So.
And what are you gonna be for your class? Are you gonna go as the
Then
Grinch?
shh. No, not for the Grinch. No.
I don't think so. Usually it's a surprise. What he
Yeah,
does
I
that
dress
day.
up. I get a new costume every year.
Yes.
So I do have a costume.
Oh,
For- for-
Tyler's got a good actual question.
Tyler fan. I'll be arriving at Europe in 20 minutes. Staying until no. The ETIS they already postponed it again. I got a bet. What's going to happen first? The star, what is it called? The real ID becomes actually the thing you have to have, or ETIS actually becomes a real thing. You're fine. You're good, buddy. You're good. And also, since you left in 2023, it doesn't matter. It's only after you have to go there after it goes into effect.
Kids trick or treat all while all the parents go to Stan's place for margaritas. Who's Stan?
It might be a restaurant. It might be a bar.
Lee, can you explain that to me?
Lee, I understand. I'll explain to her later.
Okay. I was thinking Stan was somebody famous like Stan Lee.
Yeah, it could be. Sarah, I love the house
Yeah.
that passes out whiskey shots. So this is one of those things. Because like the neighborhood we live in, it's relatively new. So you have people that have like family that have kids that are young, like little like babies, but also you have people that like kids are like about to go to college or like the first kids gone to college. So there's like this nice
It's a mix of everything.
So there's people that'll have like, they'll have like, oh, I have a sophomore in high school and I got a 5-year-old. I'm like, you deserve a shot. If anyone deserves a shot,
So
yeah,
I
Stan
have
is the
been
neighbor.
working.
Stan is the neighbor who hands out margaritas. She has some cool neighbors.
Okay.
Lee, I still had such a great time when we were in LA together. Thank you so much. Give your hubby a hug for me.
I didn't get to do that. I'm still jelly.
Alex, do you make enough money from YouTube to travel if you were if I was single? Yeah, I do. If I was single, I would not be teaching. I love teaching, so I'd still do it.
You'd
But
still teach.
I'd still teach. But for this, YouTube.
Yeah, it's a whole other ballgame when there are four of you.
The thing is like if you notice, we don't do a lot of like sponsorships and we don't do a lot of ads on our stuff. Like we don't say, oh, and wait, hold on, this is sponsored by League of Legends. We don't do that because I have a day job, so that pays for most stuff. So this is like I could just do the ad revenue that the YouTube commercials pop up. Like I don't control them. YouTube puts them in there, and then we get like a kickback
when
for
people
that.
fuss about that, we
Yeah.
can't.
I have no say. YouTube is like literally, we're gonna put ads on there. Kiss my butt. I'm like, hey, but we're gonna give you a cut. I'm like, well, thank you, and that's what we use to travel with. So there is that. So thanks, Alex. I appreciate the question.
Carlos Jaime
Andrade Arias.
Arias.
Hello, please visit Barica in Colombia. Okay, well, I can look into it because Colombia is one of those things. So because I know
I just said that with an Italian accent. I should stop drinking.
So right now, Chile and Colombia are the two South American countries we're looking to go into this coming year. So I will definitely look into it. So thank you.
John, vice versa cannot be eaten after the rooster has crowed for noon.
It's not a joke. That's serious. Like back in the day.
I know that. It's like oysters. You don't eat them in a month that doesn't contain an R.
Or when it's a warm month, but yeah.
Well, but I mean that's the rule in the South.
Or
but let's be honest, we don't really do
Maryland
that
crab. You only eat Maryland crab in warm months. In cold months, it's going to be frozen. You don't want that. So you can learn about that in our Eats of Maryland, which will be coming out on October 28th. On Walter's World Eats.
We should address this.
What's that? Hey, Walter.
Mark
and family. I'm driving to London, but I'm worried about the travel advisory the government issued. Do you have any advice for travelers? Okay, so this is actually something very serious because people are very scared by this, and I don't blame them. However, what I would say as a tourist, you don't really have to worry so much because you're not going to be going to areas that are probably going to have too much protests and things going on. I don't know when you're going to London. I've traveled to places. I've literally had it where tanks are coming around the corner and the entire city is running and I'm still here. But having said that,
it's not always that safe.
It's not always that safe. If you're going to London's probably going to be fine. But I would have if there's a big protest or things going on, stay away from that. Usually the protests in London happen around Parliament. Go to Parliament in the early morning so you can see Big Ben, Parliament, get your pictures, then get to the other side of the river. Okay, so you have that.
We tend to tell people just to stay away from crowds in general, but particularly when there's
there's protests, forget it.
Protests.
Get the F away.
One time in all the time we have traveled together with our kids and without our kids, we were in Paris. Remember
there's Paris. There was time in Munich where I came up with the boys in the middle of a big protest in Munich.
So okay, 2 times, but the one in Munich seemed it was very different. So one time we were in Paris and we were with some friends of ours, and so there were 8 of us, and we turned a corner and it was pretty quiet. We didn't hear anything. We didn't see anything. We turned a corner and all of a sudden we were literally on the fringe of a protest and people were loud, but we hadn't heard it until we got to it. And we really needed to get straight through where they all were. And so we stopped we turned around and we went a block down like a different direction and cut around, and we were fine. So avoid crowds. Like it's just that easy. Like that helps a lot. Just stay, away from all of that. Lee says the London travel warning is that they're expecting flooding. Oh my goodness. So the flooding in Lisbon was like insane. Like yesterday and today, it was just absolutely maddening. They're having some serious stuff happening right there. Right. I feel like all of Western Europe is just covered in rain right now. So be careful with that. So, I'm sorry. This just jumped and I'm having a little difficulty.
Gar the Traveler, thank you very much for the kind words.
Where are you at? Because
it
did the thing. Sorry, I apologize.
Yeah, I noticed how we were in Rome and some press were going on, didn't see or hear anything. Yeah.
They're often in a big city won't, but unless you're trying to see things like, Parliament and all that, where things are nearby.
Let's see. There's literally thousands of comments on here. Alexander, good to see you. Thank you very much. Thank you, BR Wombat. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Filthy Casual, thank you.
Some of these I'm not going to repeat.
The butterfly has moved. Wait.
I think more that the table moves. Because when we lean on the table, this is...
Later, Thomas. Have a good drive. Be safe.
Enjoy OBX, or I hope you've enjoyed OBX. I was just down that way. I went to Topsail Island. Ooh, by the way, it's not Topsail Island. It's Topsail Island, and it's fantastic. I actually got a tan. Ooh, hey, look.
This is what
gold.
The gold play button looks. It's quite big.
Hold on. I think that there's little like...
Oh, yeah. Caleb was like, don't get your grubby fingerprints on it, Dad. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you going to do?
He totally
What are you
said
It's right
that.
here, buddy. Right here. Walter's World. So nice.
Oh, hey. RB says, what about Warsaw Christmas? We could go to Warsaw for Christmas.
Yeah, Warsaw actually has some stuff in the... So,
I'm
for
not
those who
in
know,
there.
Warsaw got completely, we're not completely destroyed. 100% destroyed. 100%. Not decimated. Decimated only 1/10. Everything was gone. Wiped out.
Decimated is the 10th?
Yeah,
To me, decimated.
Deca.
Oh, I never thought of that.
Exactly.
Huh.
So I'm here for.
You're smart. Linguist,
I have my moment.
reader.
I have one
not
moment a day.
linguist.
That was the moment. No, but like they rebuilt. That's why you go around. You're like, wow, everything's from 1945 and sooner. The Polish, like they rebuilt the center, so it's just like it was. It's fantastic and everything, and it's amazing. But like in the historic part where they rebuilt, you have a bunch of Christmas stuff. It's really nice. Like
Cool.
that's where.
I haven't been to
And you go,
Warsaw.
obviously, you go to like if you go to Krakow, if you go to Wrocław, Katowice, they have a bunch of like Christmas market stuff there. So it is nice.
And one of our neighbors is Polish,
Mhm.
and I would like to like go see his parents there. We've met them here. It'd
Yes.
be cool to see them there.
Yes, it
Yeah.
would be.
Ooh, maybe they'll go too. That'd be fun.
They live where you want to go, so we could just see them.
No, I mean our neighbors.
Oh, that'd be cool. They're actually
Right?
pretty cool.
Yeah, they're very fun.
Brian, did you ever go to Auschwitz? I have been to Auschwitz a number of times, actually. And luckily, when I was there was none of those idiots that were like doing the duck face crappy pictures on the train tracks going into Auschwitz. Because I won't lie to people. Like, you have Birkenau, and that was the like, oh, it looks so nice in those like the red brick buildings. And that's where the Red Cross went and saw things. And then you go to Birkenau 2, which is Auschwitz. And it's just literally like you can see it makes you want to throw up. Because you literally see how the railroads would come in. They're like, yeah, you go walk down there, we kill you. And there's the little laga, the where houses for the people would stay. I mean, it's just like you can't imagine the horror. That's why I get upset when people are like, oh, they're doing what happened in the Second World War. I was like, no, you don't understand. You go see those things, you start to understand what happened.
Once you've seen that, you'll
Like,
never unsee it.
yeah, you can't unsee it.
stays with you.
It's and I remember the first time I went to concentration camps were like in 97. And so there were still people that, like, I was there with people that like I was here. Like there was people that were like, I lived in here. Like you see them and they talk to you about it, and you're like, holy Yeah, I remember telling bye to my mom because they walked her down and I never saw her again. You're just like, holy crap. Like, that's why I get so upset. Like, people at the Jewish Memorial in Berlin, they'll like do parkour on it. Like, oh, it's supposed to be lived in. I'm like, it's about respect. And that's one thing. Like, I have a video on like how to piss off Germans. That's one of those things. It's like disrespect in the concentration camps is like some people don't get it, and it's just really sad. Anyway.
We're going to move on because
Yes.
it's rough.
Mark Finley, did I ever tell you that we went to Rothenburg? I do. You did. On the hard way that the original fourth and fifth doors are shorter than
Hold on. Mark Finley's like, what, 6'7"?
Yeah, without shoes.
He's tall. Learn the hard way that the original 14th century doorways are shorter than modern standards. Conked my head really bad. Let's talk about that. Also, people were maybe a little shorter than we are now, but not that much shorter. The reason doorways are shorter is because they didn't have the engineering to hold up a taller doorway. It's not because people had to bend, and dip under them back then too. It's not just because people think that humans were like a foot shorter 200-300 years ago.
Yeah,
it's not that.
2,000 years ago? Yes.
Yeah.
But no.
But not just a couple hundred years ago. That's actually an engineering thing.
So, Jim, I'll be hanging the gold play button in my office behind me.
Behind his desk.
So when I do some of my other lives with just me, it'll be right behind there. And so I actually do talk to students quite often. And so I do like my like office hours and stuff. And students are like, hey, what's with that gold play button? Because I get a lot of like with the old school silver play button. They're like, hey, you got a silver play button. And then now I have the gold one. They're like, ooh, what's that?
You big stud.
That's right. That's right. You gotta do what you can to impress the kids these days. And there's another one I want to.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Lori wanted to know.
Copenhagen Christmas markets. I've not been to Copenhagen.
Copenhagen's cool.
Not for Christmas markets. I don't.
You go know how they do it up. So you do have some. It is nice, but it's expensive. But it's worth going to. Like I like it. I was there later in the year, and it still was fantastic. So yes, Lori, yes, I will be showing my students. I found out I'm going to be teaching a social media marketing course. Finally, I've taught it before, but like finally it's going to be like a during the year class versus a summer school class or whatever. So I'll be teaching that. So yeah, I would bring it the first day. I'm like, yo, I'm not stupid. I know what I'm talking about. Listen here, you like that, and that's one thing I do appreciate about the Gen Z. And the younger millennials, like they're like, oh, respect. Like you got that play button. You know what you're talking about. I will listen, and they will listen. Like that's one thing I always get upset when people like rip on millennials and stuff or rip on Gen Zs. I'm like, no, they're not bad. Like they understand. Like they get it. So it's really kind of cool.
Gen Zs are really cool because they were raised by Gen Xers.
Yes.
And Gen X is kind of
cool. You have a YouTube channel. Yes, I do. Finally. It took a long time, but we finally have a YouTube channel.
That's funny. Okay, so three people are going to Copenhagen.
Yeah, what's up? Visiting Copenhagen right now. But people like us not to go here in October, like 40 mile per hour wind temps in the fourth.
That's a normal day in Central Illinois.
Yeah, that's where we live. I'm not used to that. Yeah, no, like that's the thing. Copenhagen is weird. Like Copenhagen is a fun place to visit. You don't like that's one thing. I remember I was filming in Copenhagen and I was like, remember, the locals, it's not that they hate you, they just don't care because you are not part of their lives. And so I'm doing this video. I got my tripod, me talking, and there's this dude like a Dane, and he's like 6'5". Like he just,
of course, because
he's Danish. He's like, and I finished my I think it was the shocks I was filming, I'm not sure. And I finished filming, he walks up and was like, you're right. I don't care about you because you're not going to be here tomorrow. But I appreciate that you explain that to people. So thank you. And he walks off. This is the guy who listened to the whole spiel, gave us a little piece, walked off. Like, look, and that's one of those things. Like sometimes
you wish you had that on camera.
I know. I was like, dude, you should have said when I was filming.
One of my first friends when we moved to Lisbon, I went to this international women's group. And one of the first people I met was a Danish woman who's probably 20 years older than me. And she wasn't kind.
No, she was not.
But you know what? She was honest. Like she wasn't warm and fuzzy or anything like that. But I kind of get that with like the weather. Like I sometimes I feel like people reflect their weather. Like she was steadfast.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're very nice. Delightful travelers, thank you very much.
Thank
Hey
you.
guys, coming in late, but huge congrats. Such a huge milestone, well deserved. We still need to meet up at some point. I'm sure we will. That's one thing. So if you see me out there filming, come say hi. Even if I'm talking in the middle of a video, come
People
say hi.
do it all the
People
time.
come all the time. I'm like, please come say hi. Because there's nothing weirder than when I'm filming and then I get back like the hotel or I'm walking around or I'm having lunch and like go on my DMs on Instagram, like, I saw you filming today.
It's a little creepy.
I didn't want to say hi because I thought that'd be weird. So I'm writing you now on Instagram. And then they'll like send me a picture of me filming. I'm like, yo, bro, that would have been way cooler. You just want to come and say hi. Just come say hi. Monte Cristo. Should I book summer break to Portofino? And if so, how long should I stay there? Or is it not worth going? I should consider alternatives. So Portofino, if you're going to Amalfi Coast, you're fine. Summer break, it's packed. If you don't want to get overrun, look at Puglia. Look at Bari, Polignano, Amare, Matera, Albufera. I got videos on Walter's World Shorts about those places. If you don't want a ton of travelers. If you're going to go like May, June, you can still be okay. It's packed, but not super packed. But July and August, it's insane at Portofino. If you're looking at that. So Monte Cristo, let me know when you're thinking about going. Excuse me. I am totally burping because I have not drank and I've not done much for a while. Though I can see I've bloated back up again. But no, I've been trying to be healthy the last few months. So where I'm actually, if you see any of our videos since 2014, I'm actually lost weight that I'm actually less than I have been since 2000. So 10 years time, I finally got lower than I've been in the last 10 years. So that's something. So if you've seen the fat videos, those were out. You're like, wait, that was filmed earlier. So I'm working hard. Anyway, Young Pawn. Hey, Walter's World. Just want to say congrats. Thank you very much. And thank you for reigniting my wanderlust. That is what I love to hear. I've used my long weekends to travel over the U.S. I wish more people got 4-10 works. Yeah. And that's one of those things. It's like, I love helping people that are going to go to Europe, but also, if you've noticed, we have a ton of videos on local places around the U.S. too, so you can go for a weekend. Like that's one of the things I try to think about. Like when I'm thinking my videos, I'm not thinking you're staying here for 2 weeks. I'm thinking I want to give you the best 3 days you can in this city, and so that's what I'm trying to put across in those. So I'm glad they can help out. Googly, thank you very much for the super chat. Have you noticed if any of the flight or hotel prices gone down yet? Everything seemed much higher in 2023.
It was.
So yes, so 2022 and 2023, this has been a big thing. People were like, I don't care that you've jacked up the prices. I don't care how much it costs to get there. I couldn't go anywhere in 2021 and 2020. I'm going, I don't care. And people didn't care. So they could charge whatever they want. Airbnbs, VRBOs, hotels, airlines, it didn't matter. Airlines have said and hotel chains have said they expect a 25% decrease in prices in 2024 because that I don't give a you know what AF is not there anymore because you have such impact of inflation. People are like, look, I just can't afford doing it. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. Inflation's hit us. Like I've had to we have editors.
Inflation has hit everybody.
I know, but it's hit everybody. Like I've had to let go of a couple of our editors because I'm like, it's so expensive now. I can't afford it. And I felt horrible. I'm like, I'm sorry. If things get better, we can do that. But like, that's one of those things. Like, and I think 2024, especially with the war in Israel, the war in Ukraine, you're going to see a lot less people that are like, you know what, maybe I don't go to Europe this summer. Like, I can see some prices dropping down. Not like boom, but I'm like going down maybe 15,
10%.
20%, 10%. So,
Put this
so
absolute must see in Ireland. Mason Lee. So, to me, it's the Ring of Kerry. But more importantly, yes, you need to see Dublin, but Dublin's like 2, maybe 3 days. I think it's 2. For me personally, Ireland is getting lost. Go spend some time in a village and just enjoy it. Soak it up because
go to the pub after 9 o'clock to get the live music. You'll love it.
I love the Ring of Kerry. Though that would be my thing. Galway is somewhere that everybody loves. I like Galway, but I don't love it as much as everyone else does. And I don't know what that is about me, but
it's only in my face.
No, it's not. It's everywhere.
My toes are way skinnier.
So much
my
skinnier.
toes, like, my gosh, Mark, your toes look fantastic. Yeah, sorry.
No. Hey, Kate, thank you. There's a Big ol' all caps. Yay, congratulations. Well deserved. Well, I appreciate that. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Kay.
You both do.
So, Nicholas, what are your thoughts on the increase of Japanese rail prices? It's normal with inflation and everything. It's the same problem there. In Japan, you're going to have a very interesting time for the next 20 years because nobody's had kids since the 90s. Literally, they don't have kids. And so you have all those issues that go with that. Jocelyn, no, you didn't break it. You did this. There's that.
I was trying to move things up because I wanted to.
Okay, so that's at the end. So
See, Nora F. Galway. Everybody loves Galway. I like it. I think it's cool, but
Thanks, TL. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
break.
okay.
Break. Go. Ugh. My dog is like, Brick, I love you. You're a good boy. You're a good boy.
Here, this is from Chris Bates. In Japan, the yen has been hit hard and the dollar is strong. We took advantage right now. 67-cent dollar to the yen. Dang.
Dude, it was like 100 to 1. We were at you. I'm fighting you, Chris.
You got Wagyu.
Chris,
didn't you?
I'm coming to get you. I'm coming to get you because I'm going to eat you because I know you're like half Wagyu right now. The other half is Kobe. I know you.
No,
Kobe.
there's like a third sushi.
Nah, I know Chris. He went all Wagyu, all Kobe, all the time.
No, he didn't.
Kobe!
No, he didn't. I know.
I know. But
I know.
somebody's
Okay.
got to pick on poor Chris. I mean, his kids don't. And it's, that's what friends are for.
I know he has good kids. What's that all about?
Yeah, you teach me, please.
Okay. Mark Finley, we're planning to spend most of the time in the Killarney area. Oh, so
that's very
we
good.
like
The Killarney's nice. I like Killarney.
we stuck ourselves there for a couple 3 days, and we'd been there before, but we decided to stay.
Yeah.
Specifically there and make day trips out. And also, I'm gonna really recommend driving in Ireland. I know we have videos on it. I know people freak out about the whole left-handed thing and blah 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 blah, but honest to God, it's really not that hard except when you're turning right. The muscle memory for like looking for mirrors is a little awkward. That's what I struggle with.
You and your mirror and your seatbelt thing.
I know.
For me,
The rest of it comes really easy. The driving's simple for me. It's like looking up here to the right.
it's the lorries, the semis that come on your right side, like I'm gonna go.
Sometimes it's passing people and like going when you're on like the motorways, like the interstate type roads. That was a little weird because I tended to want to pass and things differently, but otherwise, yeah. Oh, here's a good one. Okay, Nicholas, what places do you think are under the radar in Europe? So we actually have some videos specifically on that.
Slovenia, the country of Slovenia, underrated.
Mhm.
I would say Estonia, Tallinn, underrated. Though it's expensive now. It's like Finnish prices, so it's not as good like price wise.
Finnish prices?
Yeah, it's like Finnish
Dang
prices.
dong.
It's cheap. I honestly, sometimes think it's cheaper to be in Helsinki. Well, it's no outside anywhere in Finland. It's like Helsinki, Tallinn, anywhere in Finland than anywhere in Estonia in terms of prices.
Yeah. What else is underrated? Underrated Europe.
So here's the thing: you have to go to second, third size cities. The Bambergs, the Regensburg in Germany, the Harz Mountains. You're not going to Amsterdam. You're looking at Utrecht. If you're in Belgium, you're looking at Antwerp. If you're in France, you're going to Toulouse. You're going to Bordeaux,
Bratislava.
and
God, I love
and
Slovakia.
Slovakia. Yeah, you look at those places because like here's the thing: is they're calling for an increase in travelers for the next 10 years, like to insane numbers. I mean, it's
You
one
know
of those
what?
things.
It's get out of the big city, fly into the big city, and then go spend some time in small cities or villages. Quite frankly, that's my favorite thing to do. I would rather spend my time, minus like Paris. I really love Paris, but minus that, I'm all about small towns and even within France.
So JC Lennon, congrats! Was there to see your 1 million too. Thank you very much. We are from Illinois and Florida, and we are in Vina del Mar. That's outside of Santiago. So Vina del Mar. So like it's like this. So okay. So looking at it this way, You got the coast here, like coast of Chile. Vino Mar is the coast. Beautiful sunsets. Valparaiso is a fun city to go to, and then Santiago, the capital, is very cool. Back to back to back. That is a really cool place. And they were down in Patagonia, dude. I bet such a cool place. I think we might have to do Chile instead of Colombia. I think that's spring break.
Oh, hang on. Is Hungary still so? Capping on that question, is Hungary still a good deal? Hungarian people are telling me no. Well, maybe for Hungarians, no, but for Americans, yes.
Yes,
It's
and this is
still a
one of
good
those
deal.
things.
Poland is underrated too.
Yeah, this is one of those things. A lot of countries, you have to realize, like in Spain, they call the people that the digital nomads who live there, they call them Daves. Dinero Americano, so American money. Vida Española, Spanish life. So people go, they're like, oh, this is so cheap. It's so nice. Yeah, you're getting paid U.S. money. So you're making triple what the locals are. So of course it seems easy and nice. In Hungary, Budapest, even like when you're out of Budapest, the prices drop a ton. If you're coming from the U.S., Canada, UK, Germany, you're going to be like, oh my God, it's so cheap. Like I never say cheap, I say affordable because it's insult to the people that actually live there. That's why the locals are like, dude, because their income, they can't increase their income because the EU is like, you can't have inflation. We're going to charge you out the wazoo because the price has gone up, but you got to keep people's salaries down. So there's a whole thing.
And
with
it's
that.
really rough on countries that entered with less money, like Greece or Portugal or Ireland, that makes a difference.
Thank you, Boof. I appreciate that. What about Hamburg? I like Hamburg. Hamburg's fun if you want to party and you want to go, or if you want to go see a show. You want to go see like Lion King kind of stuff like that. That's really good. The Reeperbahn though is famous for its prostitution, so I have a heads up for that. I'm actually going back to Hamburg this summer to film The Don'ts of Hamburg and Eats of Hamburg and a few other things. So we'll have more of those things. So like September, October of next year, you will literally have probably something like 2 months solid of just new Germany content for Oktoberfest, leading to Oktoberfest. So we'll have those.
I'm flying into Paris, leaving from Amsterdam in March, blah, blah, blah. April, 3 weeks. Would like to explore another city in between, maybe Brussels.
No.
Nope, we all hate Brussels. Or another city. Yes. Ideally 5 to 7 days in each one. You don't need 5 to 7 days.
No.
By any
Here's
means.
some cities you can easily do on the train. In Belgium, well, Belgium's down here. So you're going to Amsterdam. Going from Amsterdam, when you're staying by there, Utrecht and Haarlem, two definitely must. Going and then you take the train down from Amsterdam, you got Antwerp in Belgium. You've got Bruges, and then you have
I love Bruges.
Bruges is great.
Really like
And
Bruges.
then Ghent is another great one. And when you go over, I mean, you can do Lille if you want, but going down to Paris, but I'm not a big fan of Lille.
Okay.
Yeah, but there's other great towns you can see on there. Like the thing is, you're going to Paris. You can go into Paris. There's so many day trips. Like you can really make almost any of France a day trip because of fast trains. You do so much.
It's a little bit costly sometimes when you're doing the fast trains, but you could certainly go spend a couple days in Normandy or the Loire Valley.
Yeah, and the Loire Valley is like 2 hours. on the fast
Or
train.
if you want to, with a connection, you can go down to like Arles
Mhm.
and
Avignon.
see Avignon. Oh, we love Avignon.
Bordeaux is fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, Bordeaux is fantastic. I love Bordeaux.
Right
Here's
here.
one of the things. For
Yeah.
all of you, if you're looking to buy train tickets, if you know exactly the dates you're going to go,
Buy ahead of time.
buy ahead. Because literally, we were in Italy
Mhm.
and we were buying the family ticket before we went, and we got first class tickets for less than second class tickets buying it the day that you travel. So if you know what you're going to do, get it beforehand and get yourself something nicer.
It was great and cheap, and we got food. That was kind of the thing,
Mm-hmm.
is that we got to be fed on the thing without paying extra.
Thank you, Carl. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because Brussels is bad. I was just there. Yeah, I'm not a Brussels
I
fan.
know.
Everyone knows I'm not a Brussels fan.
Brussels is like 15 minutes and you're out. Like, just,
No, you get off the
Yeah.
train because it takes 15 minutes to walk to the Golden Square. You see
Okay.
that? You go see it, then you get out.
Mannequin Piece and
Yeah.
the Golden
But
Square
Antwerp is cool.
beautiful.
Antwerp
And
is
then,
cool.
like,
Nicholas, Antwerp's cool. I've had students, they love going there. So there's that. The Euro Pass, if you're over 26, it's not worth it. If you're under 26, it's worth it.
And also, the Euro Pass is not okay. No, go away. Go on. Keep going.
So Carl Zhang, apparently one of my students, I was still watching teaching videos for the exam because I have an exam next week. And then I found out that you have 1 million subscribers. Congrats. Thanks, Carl. I appreciate it. If you're one of my online students, come say hi sometimes.
Mhm.
Because like honestly, so I do face-to-face. I'm a professor in my day job. And so like I have my face-to-face students that I see every day, like Tuesdays and Thursdays. Then I have these online students that I never see. So Carl, dude, come say hi sometime, all right? Come visit my office hours. Come into my other class. Remember, Tuesdays and Thursdays, okay? Come say hey, Carl. Thanks, buddy. Good to see you. Lady Ozzy, born and bred, thanks for being on here.
Good night.
Expats all around, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Lee says it best, but I like Brussels sprouts. But what's the best way to cook Brussels sprouts?
Cut them in half through the middle, like up and down. What is that? Not lateral. Is that lateral? Vertical. God bless America.
Have you been drinking?
Put the flat sides down with a little olive oil and cook them until they're almost black and sprinkle a little like salt on them and they taste
Like
like
popcorn. Yeah, this is
So
true.
good.
Poof, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Oh, great. So Grace has asked us a few times. I'm sorry, Grace. And those of you that asked questions that we haven't answered before, it's okay to send them again. So Grace asked, do you think hospitality has been negatively impacted by COVID? Yes. Went to some hotels recently, had some bad experiences. I agree.
As
No.
have we.
Yeah, as if we. I mean, I've had like Hilton, Baltimore. You can kiss my butt. That was the worst Hilton I've ever been at. It's
They
garbage.
walked into his room two
Two
times.
times. The one they
Two
knocked
times.
just came in, and this is like 10 o'clock at night in Baltimore, which is known for not being the most safe place. And I'm like instantly wide awake, like at the door. What's your problem? And she's like, oh, I'm just checking. I'm like, yeah, right. And she like runs off. And then like 11 o'clock at night, I get a call from the front desk.
It was the front.
It was theoretic, and they're like, I'm like, yeah, I checked in today. Oh, we have you checked out today. I'm like, really? Because I just checked in today. So why would I check in and check out the same day?
I think
And
it's
then
a bug in their system.
Yeah, bug in their system.
In that
Anyway,
place.
but the thing is, I think no, I don't know if it's this Sunday or next Sunday. I actually have
No.
my review of that hotel coming out, and while I'm filming the review in the hotel room, the knock on the door, I had the sign out saying
Sit.
privacy. There's like knock and they walk right in. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And so like the last part of the review, I'm like, I can't focus because they literally don't care and they just walk in. Because I talked to the front desk manager, they did not care. They're like, oh, I'm like, yo, like if this could have been someone else, they would have killed her. Like I know people that would have literally like taken this lady down because they
If
thought they
it
were
had
around
been
her.
me, I probably I would have thrown her.
Yeah, like I'm not saying it's like
I'm a woman. I've taken a lot of self-defense stuff. If somebody walked in my room in the middle of the night, I would have physically harmed them. My husband has like a 5-second delay on that because you know what? He's a man.
yeah, you would have killed her. Like you would have straight up
I
killed the
mean,
lady.
I don't know that I would have.
Because
physically
it was
but
one
I
of those.
would've hurt
I'm
her.
like, wait, that door. You know, like when you're like
Nobody
half
comes
awake,
to my
half
door.
asleep,
Mm-mm.
and like the door is opening. I'm like, this isn't really happening. Like I've gone all over the world. This never happened. And then I'm like, all right. And so I'm like, hey, can I help you? And she's like, oh, I'm just checking. It's just you're gonna. I'm like, and she like runs off. I'm like,
I'm sure you scared the crap out of
oh,
her.
I'm glad I scared the crap out of her because I'm. And the thing was, the Hilton people didn't give a crap. They're like, oh well, that must have been some misunderstanding on their part. I'm like, you realize if she was on the wrong person, she could have gotten shot. You know, like I was like, damn. I'm like, I felt because if she was legit, I'm like, I feel sorry for that lady because like her boss put her in the wrong spot. All right. Christy wants to know advice. How do you keep kids or tween kids interested and engaged in the trip?
Kids and tweens are easy. It's the teens that are difficult.
Yeah.
So kids and tweens, there is Lonely Planet makes a book series called Not for Parents. We have a couple of them. And it has kind of like all sorts of cool stuff for your kids to kind of help plan and like find things, you know, as you're exploring a city and whatnot. But really part of it is get them involved in the planning of it. Thanks to Caleb, we have done some like crazy things. Like he always picks out like these really
Restaurants,
ostentatious things that we wouldn't necessarily like. You guys took surfing lessons in Costa Rica because Caleb was like, we're gonna do this, and we're like, okay. We're gonna do it. You know,
You get them involved.
ask them also. but give them what the temperatures are going to be. Have them pre-pack. You do the end packing, but like have them pick out the things that they want to wear. Have them watch videos, have them watch our videos because our kids are in the videos. And when, your kids see other kids doing things, that's kind of important to them. So a lot of the engagement is just getting them involved in the planning. When they're really young, we used to watch, what was it? Big Bugs Bunny had like a thing where they went to the Coliseum, and we showed that to Caleb before the first time we went to Rome. And, he was just so jazzed about going there just because it was in a cartoon. But kids and tweens are easy. Teenagers are a little more difficult because they're kind of at this in-between stage, particularly when you're going to like places in Europe and stuff where, I'm sorry, I just totally got that. What is that?
Nothing,
He's
Jocelyn.
totally texting with my sister, and they are bad-mouthing me. Pete.
She ain't watching.
She was.
That was like an hour and a half ago that text came through. Anyway, moving on. So, Nicholas, have you ever met any other travel YouTubers? So I have met a few. So we got Darren from Magnificent Germany. We've got Mark and Terry from Escape the Empty Nest. We got Derek and Liz from Means to Travel.
Rob from Trip
Rob from Trip XTC. Pixie Dust Traveler. I met a bunch of that recently. Megan Daly. She's a New York travel blogger. John Barr from Here Be Bar, another New York City travel blogger. Dutchified in the Netherlands. He's great. God, I miss him. He's a good dude. There's that. So yeah, there's been quite a few over the years.
Yeah, you know what? We get to do that. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. Oh yes, and Ariel from the Urbanist. Yeah, we had that one too. He was a nice guy. I had a good time with him. He's got some good stuff coming out. So yeah. So I think 2.5 hours to celebrate the new and improved gold play button. We want to say thank you to everybody for all this. Sorry, it outshines Jocelyn sometimes. Oh, see, look, there I am. Oh yeah, look, see, you're like this. You can see.
Wet Willie suck.
So we want to say thank you to everybody. Thank you for helping us get to this, because we could not help so many travelers. We want people like you, fellow travelers that want to learn how to travel better. I know that person earlier was like, "Oh, be like these other travel vloggers." No, we want to help you and let you grow.
We
That's
are
not what
who we
We're
are.
not vloggers. We are who we are.
We are
And
us.
we want to help people travel better. So I wish you all the best.
It's been 2.5 hours.
I know, that's what I just said.
I've been drinking for way too long. Hugs, kisses. We are so grateful for all of you and for getting us to this point and hanging out with us, even when we're goofy and
Yes,
the way we are.
the way we are. And that's the thing, is
Who
we are who we are, and we're glad we can
are.
help you be who you are, so you can travel
Thanks
how you want
for
to travel.
supporting our crazy.
Thank you, everybody. Wish you all the best. And remember, tomorrow morning at 7 a.m., the mistakes travelers make when
7
they go
a.m.
Central Time. The mistakes travelers make when they go to Germany will be our video tomorrow. So have a good one. Thank you, everybody. If you want to get the cool shirts, click down below. Otherwise, have a great one. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye, y'all.